going on, everybody? Welcome back to another fantastic episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. I'm your host, Nick, joined by the household. We have a great episode lined up for you today. We got half of the Jonas brothers. Franklin and Kevin Jonas are with us of claim to fame to talk about their show, plus their fascination with reality TV, The Bachelorette. It's a great conversation with them, a lot of fun. Plus, we have Daniela from Love Island, who just exited the villa, and to talk with us about why she made it with Cordell. We'll ask her a few more questions, but that's what we really want to know. Like, kind of WTF. It was kind of
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. I hope everyone's doing great. We know who's not doing great. Tom Sandoval and his girlfriend, they just deleted Instagram.
They did?
That's what I saw. Didn't I see something? I saw something. Can you go look? Go see if you can find their Instagram.
Why did they delete? We don't know.
Their Instagram? Like
I'm
both
guessing they are being overwhelmed with trolls.
Tom Sandoval's account no longer exists.
I'm guessing he didn't Gypsy Rose it. Gypsy Rose seemed to actually delete her account. I really feel bad for her on that. Maybe it's the best thing for Gypsy Rose.
I don't think she wanted the 8 million followers.
You didn't?
I don't. Yeah, I think she was like, this is like.
You could make an argument for Gypsy Rose that her 300 some odd thousand followers are more valuable than her 8 million followers were.
I'm watching the show right now, and there was a fight that was going on between her and Ryan where she deletes her Instagram, and maybe that's when she deleted it officially.
Like, she deleted it.
She deleted it.
Not like deleting it off the app where you can reactivate. Like, it's gone.
It's absolutely gone. And she was like, he was like, that's revenue. And she's like, I don't give a fuck about money. Like,
she should have
it was
sold
very
it.
powerful.
No,
it was a moment.
Literally,
Yeah.
I would have bought it.
I would have bought it. Change your name and then you have 8 million followers.
I actually literally texted Ryan and told him that.
Yeah, that's
I was like, you should, if you don't want it, protect your mental health. I think it's great, but like, you should sell it. Also.
Could you imagine all of Gypsy's followers though, if all of a sudden like someone else had
sure.
the account?
Yeah,
and
you would lose a shit ton. You'd be left with a couple mil, whatever. Like, still,
you would have to have a really good plan with content that was so intriguing to keep people.
It'd be worth it. She deleted it for nothing.
I would post captions underneath it that have to do with Gypsy, so then it'd be so confusing for the people. They'd think like their Instagram glitched because the photo would have nothing to do with her. But I'd be like, ugh, another day in Louisiana.
No, she's like, I'm back from my rhinoplasty. Here I am.
Ryan's really pissing me off.
Literally.
I don't think Tom has deleted. I'm guessing he's deactivated.
There's no way, yeah. He cares about the revenue.
I mean, clearly he's suing Ariana.
It's interesting that his girlfriend would too.
Solidarity, maybe?
She
I mean, she's probably getting trolled hardcore.
She also has a private
I
account.
was about to say, she's, yeah.
Oh, he definitely has a
Private.
private account too.
He doesn't.
What do you mean, like a Finsta?
Like a Finsta.
No. Her account is on private.
Her public
Oh,
account is
got it,
private.
okay.
Do any of you have Finstas?
No. I had one for a second, and then I was like, I don't care.
I feel like the close friends feature kind of,
Yeah, that's your
Yeah.
Finsta.
yeah.
What do you mean?
Because now that you have a close friends feature, you can post stuff that only your friends see. So you
Yeah,
don't
but I
really
don't
need a
feel like-
Finsta.
I feel like Finsta became a thing with celebrities.
No.
It's not so they could browse and creep on
I don't think just
reality TV.
celebrities.
It was that and the little bad kids that wanted to
Sure.
No,
post whatever
Somebody
they're
at a
doing.
breakup.
No, I was about to say,
like-
no, it was like literally us like wanting to see like our ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend
Okay,
and like
great.
not wanting to do it
Oh,
on
so
our
But what does that
account.
have to do with best friends? But yeah, the
Close
whole
friends.
point of Finstas is so that people won't know what you're looking at or if whose stories you're following and what you're liking and what you're engaging with.
But it
Whether it's an
also-
ex-boyfriend or a celebrity who wants to follow Bachelor people.
It also was to post you like smoking weed or like parties
That's
or
what I
like
was saying. The
it
little
was
bad
like
kids.
it was stuff that you didn't want to post that your parents could see or that like your parents' friends could see or like your church pastor could see.
Because
or
when
your-
they say delete your social media, you're like, okay, but that's not your real social media.
So that's what the kids did.
That's what the kids
Yeah.
did.
yeah,
Which
it wasn't
seems
just like
stupid
for
because, like-
celebrities to follow Bachelor people.
Celebrities do it for sure, though.
Yeah.
Nick's
Reality on
Finstas
Teats.
were literally made for people to follow me.
Yes, that was all about me. That's why I brought it up. No, it was about hiding your browsing activity.
I think that's definitely part of it for
Yeah.
sure.
It makes more sense than still having another account where you can still post a picture of yourself.
That account was private. It was under like some crazy ass name. Only your friends knew about it.
Okay. So close. Yeah, that's where the close friends comes in.
Yeah.
And
Full
Finsta,
circle.
I'm glad we got here.
fake Insta.
Fake
Yeah.
Insta.
Like
Mm.
Insta.
That seems stupid.
Okay.
You're still putting it online.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it was like for, like funny memes. You have a Finsta full of BS basically.
Maybe in context of like a job, like if you're applying for jobs, you have your main Instagram and that's where you're like clean, like hanging out with the girlies, going for coffee. Finsta is like, I'm a bad girl, peeing on the side of the street on a
Anything
Friday
you can get
night.
I mean,
fired
again,
for.
if it's private,
Yeah.
I guess, but like if it's not, then-
No, yeah, it's
No,
private.
Private, yeah.
We used to, when we were applying for college, I don't know if anyone else did this, but we all changed our Facebook names to like something random.
No.
So that
They could never find you.
College, yeah, so that they couldn't find.
Did you have a
us.
MySpace?
I was on like the brink. Like I remember I wanted one and my mom was like, no, you're too young. But like all my older siblings did. Like I grew up with it.
I
but
remember
my mom let me have it.
one of my first jobs out of college, and I was in some training. And I was like 2 years removed from graduating college. I went from like being an accountant to getting into sales. So it was like my first real sales job. So I was like 2 years removed. So I felt like the old guy. And then a bunch of the people in the training were like recent college grads. And they were all like Facebook, because of college. And this is at a time where like I couldn't get on Facebook because I wasn't in college. And so I was pitching MySpace to all these people, like, nah, MySpace is like for like the, not college people. I could not have been more wrong. I was all week just pitching MySpace to these people. And so don't invest in tech through me. So
Oh.
anyways, yeah, Tom is suing Ariana. It's, I blame Raquel.
Do you?
Yeah, I mean, if she didn't sue any of them, we wouldn't be here.
I mean, this is I guess
John
it's
didn't
not,
have to sue her.
it's not unbelievable that Tom's doing, but it's I know that Tom cares about what people think about him.
I think if Tom's wallet is hurting,
Tom will do whatever.
Tom
it
will do
takes.
whatever it takes to keep the 5-bedroom house for one single person over his
Mhm.
head.
Does he still live in the house?
Yeah.
It's still his.
Yep.
I drive by it every day to work.
Him and the girlfriend post from it.
And have him and Ariana settled that situation?
I don't know that it's settled. I mean, obviously she got her own house, so
No, I know
He's-
that, but have they figured out what they're doing with that
They
house?
they
think-
had the agreement that they would like by like July of 2025, if it wasn't decided, it would go to court or something.
oof.
I just
So it's
don't.
not settled now.
I just don't like
I
that.
don't know. I don't know if it's going to get much better now.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, not at all. No.
I just don't like that in the VPR reunion, Tom was like so passionate about how wrong it was that Rachel was suing
Mhm.
Ariana. He's
Mhm.
like, sue me, fine, but Ariana has nothing to do with this.
Mhm.
And now he's suing Ariana.
I think what Tom's doing is terrible. I think it's terrible.
Do you think it's his decision or his lawyers?
I can't help but wonder if
Okay.
this is a legal move and he's getting legal advice from lawyers and he probably needs the money. And this is he feels like he's left with no choice. I still think terrible move.
Terrible.
I just don't, like, where do you go from here?
Also, do y'all think? I think I cracked the code.
Hmm?
But do we think that that's why Maura Higgins covered on Love Island USA
For an
because
episode.
Ariana was getting served?
Was down bad.
Was down bad.
Oh
Because
my
weren't you
God.
wondering? Weren't you wondering? Like last episode, like why was Maura like doing the whole?
Especially because Ariana came in right after. Didn't
They,
she?
Yeah.
No, but they do that. Ariana guest hosted an episode or two last season, so they do sometimes switch.
But it was
up.
interesting timing.
But
How
that
did
was-
they find someone?
But that was
in Fiji.
Ariana. That was Ariana having a moment, and they flew her in knowing she's a big fan. Where Maura's,
Well, Maura hosted an episode 2 last season as well, so that's what I'm saying. They're like interchangeable host.
no, I get that, but we're not seeing enough of Ariana to begin with, and then it's just kind of like I don't really know. Like nothing against Maura, she's wonderful, really wild accent.
I love her.
Uh,
The thing is,
but the timing, I kept asking myself, why can't Ariana do this? Why
The host has access to their phones, right?
Yes.
yeah.
So she would have
absolutely.
known this is happening.
I just want to know
she's paid to
who
be there,
they
too.
found
Yeah.
in Fiji to
To
serve
serve her?
her.
Wait, I don't.
Because you have to have an actual, like I've been served before, and an actual human.
What have you been served for?
I've told this before, but I was sued by like a past Bachelor contestant for like a car accident once, and like an actual person knocked on our door and sued.
I
I
you
don't-
didn't
served
tell
me.
Oh, you've told me this.
Maybe I said it on a Pop Plus episode, but because he went home night one, thank
Okay.
God.
And you hit him?
I was watching The Bachelor, and all of a sudden he comes on my screen, and I just like didn't even know what to think. Yeah, he hit me, and then 2 years later sued me.
What?
Yeah,
Did he win? Did you
so
pay him?
I gave him $500 to settle because I was just like, this needs to end right now.
He did all that
Just-
2 years later for $500.
I know,
Yeah, like
right?
statute of limitation.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous, but I
That's
saw
crazy.
him on The Bachelor, and I like wanted that. And then he went home night one, and I have never felt better in my
So
whole
it
life.
happened. Then he went on The Bachelor.
Yes.
Fascinating.
Anyway, why was I saying that? Oh, so I was served by a human being who knocked on my door, and I was living with my
Well,
mom, and she answered it.
I'm sure whenever they were like, someone has to fly to Fiji to give these papers to Ariana, that multiple people were like, I'll fucking fly there.
You
Why
think
couldn't
so?
it be me?
And get a little vacation at the same time. You're like, sorry, gotta be there for the weekend, but like I'll go.
Can they serve her while she's in Fiji?
Would you want
though?
to fly to Fiji if you get to stay there for the weekend?
Yeah, it's 11-hour flight.
I would do it.
You're not
Yeah.
getting first class.
We've said it before, and I'll say it again for the plain snacks.
You're sick in the head.
The pretzels.
Oh, and you get a meal if you're going to Fiji.
Their pretzels do slap my ass.
And I ate the meal.
Yeah.
I will say though, if they served her in Fiji, I think you have to jump through more loopholes because this is like a U.S. civil lawsuit.
Well, question,
So
because obviously never been sued, knock on wood. Do you need to serve the actual individual, or couldn't like his legal
Good question.
team email her legal team and inform them that, hey, along with all of the other crap that you're going through, we're gonna add this on too?
I don't know. I've never seen a movie where someone puts on a costume to serve another lawyer. You know?
We got to get a lawyer.
Do you think someone showed up as a bombshell
Oh, no.
can you imagine?
and they're all like in a thong and like lingerie and be like, are you Ariana Maddox?
By the way,
Oh, you've been served.
They come in on a hobby horse.
Oh my God, yes, and a hobby horse. It's all Raquel's fault.
It says that Tom's filing alleges that Maddox made copies of the video and distributed it to Levis and third parties against his authority. And that kind of bothers me too, because I'm like, it's the same detail being spinned around 5 different ways.
This unfortunately non-lawyer opinion here tells me that Rachel is gonna win her case. Raquel.
Really?
fuck
So you think she's gonna win? So Tom's like, well, if she's gonna win, I'm gonna also win.
Trying
Yeah,
to get
I feel
Ariana
like-
to pay for
I
it.
feel like Tom's lawyers are like, listen, this is not
So
going
fucked.
our way. And so the fact that if Rachel wins on the same argument,
pass the
then
blame.
it's like,
Yeah.
well, there's like kind of a precedent type of thing.
She might win on a technicality.
And
is
this,
what it is.
This is what, and Tom's literally suing Ariana on a technicality. But
yeah.
if the technicality is confirmed and they win on the technicality, then Tom's lawyer is like, well, we can win. And if you go to Tom, who's broke, doesn't have any money, sees his ex just thriving, and he's just like, well, I can get a quick.
That's so gross.
Yeah, it's gross.
So gross.
It's really
I
gross.
can't afford
He
my
fucking
legal
would.
bills, so let me sue. How much is she suing me for? Okay, I'm gonna sue Ariana for that exact amount.
Do we know what these despicable people are suing for?
Like the amount of money.
Yeah.
I don't think Raquel would lowball. I'm just gonna put that out there.
$500.
Yeah. 2 years later, you can pay it off. No interest.
You know who didn't delete their Instagram? Raquel.
No, Rocky did not.
She is.
I don't- She
she's-
also has
she's a dangerous person.
she also has a
doesn't give
cameo.
fuck. She doesn't give a fuck.
She has a cameo.
She's a cameo. She's giving dating advice.
She is.
Yeah.
She doesn't give a
Dating
fuck.
advice.
She is.
Her podcast is in the dating category.
Like Tom deleting his Instagram. You know what that tells me? He has shame, and Raquel has no shame. Right?
Go on.
I mean,
You
I
don't think
guess,
so?
yeah. If they're
Like-
like, I'm just gonna like leave the
I-
internet, like like
You can't handle the
It's too
hate.
much.
It's too
Yeah.
much. You know. It's
Raquel's like, I don't give a fuck. Just
Yeah.
keep it
like
coming.
a cameo. Oh my god! Do you want dating advice from me? You know, like.
Do you want me to talk about like the scandal? Do you want me to like pay for it and I'll send you a private message? That's
Like
crazy.
Tom has a little bit of shame.
Couldn't-
Eventually, it got to him. It's like him deleting it tells me that this is too much for him, or he knows this is fucked up. I don't know. This is a reaction. It's seemingly to this lawsuit where Raquel's out there being like, "Pop off."
That's
She's doing She's doing podcasts about it. She's talking about it. She's just like, she's got no shame.
We
Zero.
need to
Zero
pay for a
shame.
cameo for her to answer our questions. Why are you doing this? Do you have shame? How much was it? Did you check?
She's like, hi,
Yeah.
Nick at the Viall Files. Do I have shame? Well,
No.
Define shame.
listen to my podcast.
Find out.
$210. Am I seeing that right?
19?
Her price is $219 minimum.
Do the one next
It's more than
time.
I ever
Last
charged.
completed video was on July 4th.
Damn.
Average video length is 51 seconds.
She's got
She's got some 5
Got some
stars.
5 stars.
People be fucking with it.
219 is a lot for a
That's
cameo.
a lot of fucking money.
Yeah. Should I
Like,
turn my cameo back on?
For a how long? 51-second video
just
Mhm.
hi
from our girl
in my
Rocky?
backyard.
I want to find the dating one.
Inflation.
Do you know what
I think the most I ever
$219
charged
can
was
buy you?
125.
I like.
Jesus.
I felt like you had to be like surprising to be on Cameo to even be up in the like 100s for the most part. I was like, I thought cameos were like 20 to
You
like
can
50
charge whatever the
bucks.
fuck you want.
That's wild.
But if people clearly, she's how many cameos is she?
Well, I mean, you made a point with inflation. I was like, well, $50 ain't gonna do much.
When's the
these
last
days.
one she did?
July 4th.
Okay,
That's what it looks like.
so she's not.
Not behind.
Well, it's a terrible thing. I guess we just need to have Ariana make more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really curious what it's for, the amount of money. Before we move on, talking about the lawsuit fiasco, Scheana has responded. Apparently, she's done. Finally, she's done with Tom Sandoval. She said, "I know you're all waiting for me to weigh in. Tom Sandoval, shit thing to do. After a shitty thing you already did, this is not someone I want to be friends with. Call me a fucking idiot. I said it at the finale. Don't make me look like an idiot. Well, you did. Well, do we believe Scheana? Do you think she's finally done with Tom?
I don't think so because Vanderpump season 11 was nominated for an Emmy, which means it's coming back for hopefully a 12th season, which means Scheana and Tom have a storyline. So I don't think she's done.
So do you think Tom, when weighing his options, whether he should or shouldn't sue Ariana, do you think this is show related somehow in some fucked up way?
No, but I think Sheena's going to want to be friends with Tom for a storyline.
Or would she want to be at odds with Tom for a storyline?
There's that too.
Well, also, like, does this make it even harder for them to come back for season 12? I mean,
I think so. I feel like people are just going to be like, what the fuck, Tom? I mean, I'm like, what the fuck, Tom?
our only logical explanation, like we said, is like this was like more of a lawyer advice. He still didn't have to do it. To be clear, he should have
He has
said,
free
no,
will.
I'm going to rise above. I'm going to look the other way. What disgusts me the most is, and I hope I'm wrong, and I really think that Raquel is going to make is going to win. And I think that's so fucked. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm so wrong.
Same.
And the only way I can make sense of any of this, other than like, hey, it's Tom Sandoval, so we expect the worst.
Mm-hmm.
There's that explanation. The other explanation is he's desperate.
I don't care. This is really bad. It's
No,
gross.
again,
Yeah.
that's not justifying it. It's just
Nope.
trying to explain it. I just like it's desperation.
Yeah. I mean, we'd have to see how the season unfolded. Should there be a season 12? I don't know. I hope Scheana sticks to what she says this time.
I don't think she'll be allowed by the fans to not follow through. How does
Yeah.
she get out of that?
Especially after watching the fan reaction to this past season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just think of the mental toll this has caused Ariana. Just like,
Yeah.
no matter, she keeps thinking she's out of it. And we can say all we want about how great her life has been since and all the opportunities she's been given, but like, this won't fucking go away from her. And she's getting, to get sued by Raquel is fucking gross. And then to be, she got fucking cheated on and she's been sued twice by these two fucking people.
It's unimaginable. I just can't believe that it just keeps getting worse. I mean, I'm just like,
It's
how
so shallow. There's no there's
Human
no
decency.
bottom to the barrel of like just say no. I'm better than this.
this has to be the bottom. I mean, what else could he do? What else could he do at this point? I mean, he's
It also proves Ariana's point about like his like performative nature as well, because the whole thing with the reunion, as we talked about, is like, I would never sue me, not Ariana. And then it's like, you're going to go and sue Ariana? Like, that's
Yeah.
actually absurd. You don't stand on anything that you say.
And to be clear, even if his lawyer said, "Hey, I think this is the move," Tom could have said no.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
And there are other ways to make money.
You have free will at the end of the day. Like, nobody's forcing you to do anything.
I was like, Nick's got great suggestions for how Tom Sandoval can make money.
Only
Yeah.
fans. That's what I'm saying, Tom. You could have finally just whip out your dick, dude. Just like, or not whip out your dick. Wear weird costumes.
Take weird photos with cakes. Oh, wait.
By the way,
Yeah.
I think now, no, he ruined that. I
Yeah.
don't want to see his OnlyFans. Not that I did before, but I'm saying like
There was a
He-
higher chance
he still
before.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, all you had to do is start an OnlyFans. It's not sue Ariana.
Yeah.
It's gross. It's absolutely gross. Anyway.
Agreed.
Did we all see Bethany Frankel's video about the Hamptons?
Oh my God.
Never been to the Hamptons. Turns out, now we know that
Bethany
It's for
Frankel.
everyone.
it's not just rich people.
Bethany Frankel posts a TikTok stating,
because it's farm meets beach meets woods, and there are all kinds of people here. It's not only rich people. That's not a joke, okay? There are all kinds of people. There is a big Latin community here, big. There is a African-American community here on the beach, beautiful houses. I had a house there one summer. So the
Did
Hamptons...
she realize how, does she understand? Is this a bit? It's so unbelievable.
I think this is who she is. It's the same way she thought we were all going to be like parading behind her when she was like, Chanel is elitist and wouldn't let me in because I was dressed like a
Her
slob.
TikTok is like 80% rating Swedish candy. Like she does like hauls on Swedish candy, and then the other 10% or 20% is Chanel cancellations or
Giving used makeup to people at TJ Maxx.
Yeah.
Well, using the makeup before she gives it to TJ Maxx.
Besides the Swedish candy, she's over here saying that the Hamptons, it's farm meets beach meets wood. It's not only rich people, there's all kinds of people. And this is the part where people are kind of clocking her, is where she's saying there's also Latino and African American people.
Yeah, that's outrageous. How do you not realize what you're saying?
Yeah.
And then she posted it.
Yeah.
And then she watched it. And then she kept it up.
Right. Do you think that she watches her videos again before she posts
Everyone.
them?
Everyone
does.
You
Everyone.
must, right?
Yeah.
Are there,
Everyone.
are there
Even people
There's
people out
nothing
there?
I watch more on Instagram than my own story.
Right. Like, I wonder who are the people out there who just record a video and post it?
Nobody.
Jinx.
She posted that, and she thought she ate, and that's a wild statement. That's a wild thing to
Yeah.
like feel like you need to point out the type of people that are in the Hamptons.
Mhm.
Like, and what, like, also, did anyone ask?
She's probably right to some extent, though. There probably is some diversity, but she's like making it sound like
But she didn't.
it's something
But
Did
it's
her
we
not.
not-
diversity was rich
Diversity
people
everywhere. I was
and
gonna
then all other types of like
That's true.
communities,
She distinguished them
like
differently.
minority groups.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, she also made it seem like they're like redlined, like where it's like there is an African American community, there is a Latino community. They're
She's
not
like, there's
intertwined.
African Americans on the beach. There's rich people.
They have nice
too.
houses. It's
There's-
surprising.
No, this is bonkers.
It was
This
wild.
is crazy that she, and like, so she's getting hate for it. People are like, has she made a response video?
what are
Has
the
she said
comments like?
anything?
Not yet, but I will say I looked it up, and the largest Hampton racial ethnic groups are white, 94%, followed by two or more, 4.5%, and then Hispanic, 1.1%.
But why do
Yeah,
we
but
feel the
who
need to
cares?
point this out?
Yeah,
like,
no, I
why
agree.
is this a
I
top?
agree.
You know, like,
Yeah.
She also didn't say white people. She said rich people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was rich
Yeah.
people and then other minority groups.
Yeah. Ridiculous.
I mean, I don't know. Is Bethany Frankel known to like post apologies or response? No, she
Has
just
she
posts
always
and
been
goes.
this way?
Respond.
Has
She
there been a
doubles
level?
down.
Has there been a level of crazy that has increased with her?
I think she lives off of there is no such thing as bad publicity. Like, I feel like she will do whatever to keep herself in the headlines, and she just doesn't care. The more you hate on her, the more she's like, okay, it's you're sad, you're watching me, but she continues to make the videos.
I do think her videos are like low effort for her.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think she's just so far removed that she probably watches it once and then just posts it. She doesn't think too much.
She like thinks she has like the Midas touch or whatever because she probably makes a lot of money no matter what from views. So she's
Yeah.
like, well, I can sit here and eat seafood in my bed, and you guys are going to talk shit about me not wearing makeup, but that was $10,000.
There is no. What do you mean? I don't think she's making money from views. What do you mean? Like
Yeah,
from
from TikToks and whatnot.
I don't think she's making that much money
She has YouTube. She's got
from views.
Podcast.
podcast.
You get it's like
When your videos go viral
Yeah.
like that,
Constantly, yeah.
once they get like 1
We
million
don't
or
We
whatever.
don't monetize that shit.
you probably don't have it turned on.
Yeah, you probably don't.
Mm.
But I am sure Bethany Frankel has hers turned on for
1000%.
sure.
When she did the Raquel interview and broke it up into 3 parts,
That was an iHeart decision.
it's a we're gonna make money decision.
I know, but that was an iHeart playbook thing.
Did you see that Lala Kent copied Ariana Madix's look
It did.
from a past season? So in season 9, Ariana wore this kind of like fairy flowy dress, and Lala clocked it basically. So in season 9, she said, "Do I look like a bitch that has a puffy sleeves and a fucking tutu in my closet?" And then for her baby shower, which just happened, she wore the same exact dress.
In a different color.
Do you think this is Lala in on the joke, or do you think this is just a complete lack of self-awareness?
Lack
and
of
like
self-awareness.
it is more of a Bethany Frankel moment where she just says a bunch of crazy shit, forgets the shit she says, and she's saying it not because she really thinks it or feels it, but she just knows it's a spicy take.
I think it's that, and then I think that
B.
the brands probably sent both of them the dress, and she had it sitting in her closet, and she's like, "Oh, here we go." Because it's the same thing as when Raquel wore the same shirt that Ariana had at Stagecoach.
Yeah, but if my take is right, is
She doesn't remember.
Sierra is claiming that like the person who claims to be the most authentic person in the cast just happens to be the most least authentic person because you're just saying shit.
Mhm.
You're saying so much shit you don't even remember what you said, that you put on an outfit that you thought you know, mic dropped your co-star.
Well, it was from season 9, so I feel like she forgot that she said this. She
But
also
the
is
fans
might
known,
not
Yeah.
she's also known to flip-flop in her opinions.
That screams inauthenticity. You know, yeah, we change our opinions all the time, but like if you're just saying so much shit that you really just like, I remember
But also, how long ago was season 9?
a while, but I just
2 years ago.
yeah, you know, fashion changes and all that. But listen, it's not a great look.
Clearly, that dress is timeless.
Yeah,
2 years later, just saying.
she kept, you know, and if Justin's right that they, you know, and that makes sense, right? They probably the cast gets a bunch of free outfits and clothes and merch, and so they probably sent this to all the cast. And so what? Lala kept it for 4 years in the closet. She hated it so much.
Or what if she was styled by a stylist
That could have been too.
and it's not as
And then
deep as
forgot.
fans are making it, and she just was like styled by a stylist and it was a pink dress, and they were like, "This is cute and girly," and she was like, "Okay," and then
Yeah,
all
I
the
don't
fans are like,
I don't think she did it intentionally. I think she forgot the comment that she made about Ariana's dress, and then it came time for her shower. This was at her shower, right? And
Yeah.
she just thought it was a cute pregnant.
It's
look.
also it's a common pregnancy dress like
Mhm.
look, right?
Baby
Where you have
doll.
like the puffy flowy.
Yeah. Natalie, did you wear more tight-fitted clothes or more puffy clothes when you were pregnant?
I wore a lot of stuff that just showed my belly because I didn't have the energy to buy new clothes, so everything was like a crop top,
Mm.
and I just rocked it as a crop top. But as for my baby shower dress, I wore a Skims and it was a tight dress. But honestly, kind of regret because the cellulite was celluliting. Let me tell you.
No.
Oh, yeah.
But what are you gonna do?
I thought you looked great.
I thought you had great pregnancy style.
Thank you. It was a lot of I was like, you know what? I'm not going to spend a bunch of money on like maternity clothes. I'm going to get like 2 pairs of size like 40 Levi's, vintage Levi's. And so they sat really low and I just wore all my shirts and they were crop tops. Some people hated it and some people liked it. People that hated it were very loud.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
usually
that's
how
okay.
it
I was gonna
is.
say, aren't they always?
I did. I posted on Instagram and asked for help for the first time yesterday.
Oh, bad idea.
And then I posted again like 10 minutes later. I was like, the floodgates are open. And a lot of opinions. But I figured it out. I called my pediatrician, which I think everyone should do instead of
Asking
The
the
internet?
internet.
Yeah. asking the internet. I called my pediatrician and I felt a lot better and got my answers.
Emma Roberts is engaged.
Yes.
Period. Did you know that she's Hermione, right?
No.
No.
That
Emma
is
Watson.
Emma Watson.
That's Emma Watson.
Never mind.
She
She is Julia Roberts' niece, which you
I didn't know.
didn't know.
You didn't know that?
I knew that. I found that out like a year ago.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But honestly, but
Makes
they hate
sense.
each other, right?
No.
They love
they're
each
close.
other.
They're
Mhm.
close.
I thought the point
Oh,
was
I
she
think
was like
so.
a Nepo baby. And like one of the reasons was her aunt.
I think it's crazy that her dad's Eric Roberts,
Mm-hmm.
who was the king of B movies back in the day. And if you don't know what a B movie is, when I say B movie, you're missing out.
Like BEE.
You don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what the B movie is?
Like I don't know. It was just I don't even know if it was like an official thing. Sierra knows.
Yeah.
It was just like it was like when
I know what
VH.
B movies
Didn't
are.
go to the theaters.
It's just like it was straight to video.
It's
It was
low-
before
video.
streaming existed.
Low budget, right?
Yeah, lower budget. And Eric Roberts was like he was like the leading man of all B movies, and they were awesome. It was great.
What's the last B movie you watched?
That's the thing. It's like that was like an 80s, 90s thing.
Yeah, I
you
feel
know,
like
best
honestly,
of the best.
so many movies are going straight to.
That's what I'm saying. Now they're not B
streaming.
movies. Now they're just going straight to streaming, and like you don't. That it's kind of when Blockbuster went out of business. I think that's when B movies stopped being a thing. I think they still exist. I mean, I think Randall is like a B movie like producer. His playbook is more like
You think they're just not getting seen anymore?
Well, B movies were never like they were more like a cult following. It was like they were not good movies. For the most part.
I
you
don't know if I've ever seen a B movie.
You've seen Hallmark movies, right?
Is that are those all
Those
B
are B
movies?
movies, yes.
No, you've seen a B movie. They might not have been called B movies.
Yeah.
I called them B movies.
Like, are they
Oh,
like
this
they
isn't
come
you
out?
term.
No.
No,
I
no.
think
This is a real term.
everyone
It's
like
a
if you
term,
know,
but
you
is
know.
It, but
like,
is it a thing? Like, is it? I'm gonna make a B movie right now.
I don't.
Like,
No,
is it a
I'm sure they have
category?
big dreams.
I didn't know what people in the
Aw.
biz call it. You know, like
Would
I
you
don't.
count those like creature movie or like Sharknado?
B movie.
B
Yes.
movie.
There you go.
Megalodon.
Yes, like the
Megalodon's a good one though.
Megalodon did go to theaters though. Yeah, like anything
But I
that's
think
like
to be a B movie, you couldn't have ever made it to the theater.
yeah, it has to be so ridiculous
Or
of
it's
a
a B-movie
concept.
theater.
Yeah.
You have a point because now we have streaming that has like $1 million budgets for streaming movies.
Yeah, like technically B
So
movies
no longer
obviously still
exist.
exist. There's like different like levels of types of movies, but back in the day they were very specific type of movie, and it was like, and Eric Roberts was like the leading man in many of them. And like, yeah, he's been in some regular like big movies. He was in the, Dark Knight, not a main character. He played like a mob boss, and he had a couple lines, but he used to be the man. It was the best of the best. You guys see the best of the best? That's so good.
Nope. Never seen
Oh,
that.
B movie. Yeah. What's the definition?
A B movie or B film is a type of low-budget commercial motion picture. Originally during the golden age of Hollywood, this term specifically referred to films meant to be shown as the lesser-known second half of a double feature, somewhat similar to B-sides in the world of recorded music.
Wow.
Hmm.
So they're originally meant to be like sequels?
Like a double feature. So like the second feature is not as important. Like
Maybe
nobody's
like the
supposed
stuff
doing
that was
that?
cut out of the movie. Today, the term B movie is used in a broader sense. In post-Golden Age usage, B movies can encompass a wide spectrum of films ranging from sensationalistic exploitation films to independent art house productions. Huh.
I think it was the independent art house productions that I was watching.
Well, if this blew your mind, something else that might blow your mind is that a viral TikTok of Cowgirl Crystal has claimed that restaurants give you free bread to spike glucose and encourage more ordering. I feel like this is false. I feel like when I go to a Mexican restaurant or I go somewhere and there's bread and there's chips and salsa, I'm always like, I'm probably going to fill up on chips and salsa, so I'm going to like order something a little lighter. No?
Oh, you're one of those people.
I agree with you.
The meal is the appetizer and then the appetizer is the meal.
What?
Like you fill up on like the appetizer so you have no room for the actual meal.
Well,
Yeah.
no, what this is saying is that
It
when you
sparks it.
eat
Yeah,
bread,
it's the
it
opposite.
sparks your glucose and makes you hungrier.
Yeah, but I'm saying I feel like when I'm in those situations, I'm like, okay, well, I love the chips and salsa. I'm going to eat a ton of this. And then no?
You're full.
Like,
Well-
I definitely am not like, oh, let me order more food because I have, like, I get the logic, I guess, behind it, but maybe that shit can't kill me, you know?
You're
Like,
efficient.
Maybe I'm just, yeah.
Well, I think the point is we don't realize what's going on.
You know, they also like how they lower the lights.
Mhm.
Apparently, that makes you full quicker, so you don't realize small portions.
No.
Hmm.
I thought it was because it was so grimy that you can't see.
I also prefer a dimly lit place.
Yeah.
You know?
No, the bright lights in a restaurant.
Weird.
Well,
Don't do it.
I
And
heard,
also,
like,
I just like bread and olive oil, you know?
Same.
don't like fast food restaurants specifically make their restaurants bright colors like orange
So you
or like
get the fuck
yellow
out.
and red so you want to get out faster. So I'm like, I
That
don't
true?
Yeah. So that's where I'm like, I don't know about low lighting. I feel like that would make me want to stay longer.
But
And
what
Well,
does
that's
low
what
lighting
nice
more
supposed to
That's
do?
what fancy restaurants do. Is they dim their lights so that you won't notice that they're giving you less food.
So I'll order more. I think that's genius.
And then with
Less
fast
food.
food-
I mean, it's the United States of America. We are famously known for like oversized
we
portions
just have
In
actual
nice
and
portions.
restaurants?
ridiculous amounts of food that are completely and utterly wasteful compared to the
Facts.
rest of the world.
I will let y'all know that I did have Chick-fil-A yesterday and I felt disgusting after. I don't know if it was just a bad batch or if maybe I'm just getting older.
Turning
and,
into an adult.
and
Yeah.
it doesn't hit the same as it used to.
Yeah.
Was it your first time in a while?
Yeah,
Oh,
and I regretted it.
Mm.
Yeah.
I will say the dim lighting irritates me because sometimes I have to bring out my phone and turn the flashlight on because I can't even read the menu. Like the amount of cheesecake
grow up.
factories that I've been to.
No, the worst thing for me in a restaurant is when the music is too loud.
That too.
Cheesecake Factory, you're having an issue reading it because it's a freaking novel that they
That
hand
too.
to you.
That
Like,
too.
You're
That
like,
too.
what country do I want to eat from?
No,
Can I get a glossary?
they always give you that one little like dim light that does nothing. So I'm always like, okay.
I'll take the spaghetti.
Yeah.
Lexi Wood, our new cast member of Summerhouse.
Hot.
I feel like
Formerly
she's
dated
I feel
Brooklyn-
like she's a known influencer.
She
Isn't
dated
she?
Brooklyn Beckham
Yeah,
and
sh-
Presley Gerber, two pretty famous kids.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
She got a type.
Yeah, she likes famous kids. I love a Nepo baby.
Yeah,
I think this is a great cast.
she has 1.2 million followers. She is.
They ain't fucking around at Summerhouse.
They are not
Mhm.
fucking around.
Well, and it's rumored that she has like a romantic interest with Jesse Solomon.
There was a photo that was leaked of them kissing at a club.
Yeah.
What do you think West's storyline is going to be? Like, if you're West's manager, you just got off a season, you had a pop, you were like for a moment everyone's favorite boy, and then it all came crashing down because you gave fuckboy for a moment. Like, how do you approach this season? Still coming in, I'm assuming, as a single person.
Mm-hmm.
Sierra will be there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it'll be interesting. But I don't know how does he play this?
He's gonna have to own up to like what he did to Sierra, in the sense of like he's gonna have to address the awkward elephant in the room for sure to start off, and then I think he's gonna act like nothing ever happened like midway through the season, and then someone's gonna come in and he's gonna be dating them.
Yeah, I think he's gonna follow Sierra's lead on temperament and whatnot. I have a feeling she'll be like, "It's fine, I'm over it, whatever." He'll keep it chill for a couple weeks, and then I'm sure there'll be some drama with some girl being brought into the house or whatever it may be. I'm hoping Sierra's talking to someone and that everybody gets along. But
If I'm Wes's manager, I tell him to feign heartbreak.
Like be heartbroken the whole season.
I just pursue someone and just be like, I desperately want to make you my girlfriend, please.
What?
I feel like that wouldn't go
Won't
over
go
well
over well.
with
They'd
like
be
another
He
person.
just has to, yeah.
No,
Be like, no. So like now you want to grow up and date
Yeah.
someone?
Yeah.
No, I
No.
don't think that'll.
He would get
no.
in more trouble.
I feel like
Yeah.
if I'm
Why?
Sierra, that's worse.
Yeah.
Is to bring an emotional connection rather than just be fucking around.
right.
No, it's because he's a fuckboy. If he shows the willingness to commit, then it's less about like being a fuckboy and it's more about I just didn't like Sierra.
But then he's doubling down.
Yeah.
Which is more of a slap in the face.
Yeah.
And you're talking Bravo audience. You're not just talking like, oh, clean slate going into a new season. People are rooting for Sierra. They have her back. Like Wes comes in with an actual love interest this season and rubs it in her face.
I don't think he comes in with a love interest. I just think he shows like I don't think he walks in day one and be like, this is my new girlfriend.
No, I'm just saying, even if you bring someone in 4 weeks in, it's just it temporary fine. But unless he's like crawling on his hands and knees begging Sierra for forgiveness, like I don't think that like
I agree with that. I think if I'm West's manager,
Yeah.
I'm telling him go in, don't fuck anyone. Like worship the ground Sierra walks on, and then if Sierra starts dating
Oh my
someone
God,
else, be
no! I
heartbroken.
absolutely do not think he should worship the ground she walks on.
No.
Or not worship the ground she walks on, but like
I think
Try
he
to
should
get her
respect her to be
forgiveness.
clear, but I don't think he should like give her any hope whatsoever.
Maybe we have him date Sierra. Like, what if like this is the season where they actually address everything, and by the end of
No,
it they're
he's not-
together,
He's definitely not going to date.
and then we
Sierra.
have like a Carl and Lindsay. Like we've tried this in the past. We're gonna try again.
you're writing for 2 seasons now.
But
Yeah.
assuming West isn't into Sierra, which I feel confident in saying,
Yeah, I don't
think
that,
he
that
is.
ship has sailed. Like I don't think he should give her any sense of hope. Someone who suggested that maybe she's down to have a little bit of hope.
Well, that's why I said maybe he ends up with her,
Why would he?
because
Do
they
that?
kind of left the door open.
She did.
Yeah.
He didn't.
I don't think he's interested in her, but I don't think the answer is bring another woman to flaunt in front of her.
Yeah,
I don't think
agree.
Yeah, it's not about bringing another woman.
I
in.
think
It's-
this
it's
season
about-
there's no we're not bringing in
Fun-time
chicks.
guy.
It's like he's like a girl's guy and he's here to just like be on the show. I don't think he's bringing girls back. I don't think that's
Does
like,
he? Will he have another job? Will they bring him back for next season? I mean, he's got to participate. So
I
how
think
does
he'll
West?
participate, but I don't think he like is there to hurt Sierra's feelings. And I think bringing another girl into the mix will absolutely hurt her feelings, and that's just like digging himself a deeper hole.
You're there
Question.
for 8 weeks only on the weekends.
You know
Like
they're
do that
gonna
at
It's just
home.
try.
not worth it. Yeah.
question.
So what is West's storyline going to be?
Would you rather though be the villain of the season and get your contract renewed, or to be liked by the public and risk your
me-
contract?
Well, I think if
I
you're
think if you're
liked by the public,
yeah.
you're not going to lose your contract if everyone's like, we love him.
But if he
we
doesn't
love
have a
him."
storyline.
That's not true. I mean, if you're generally like, liked by the public, often means I think Talea's
Well-
point is like, non-problematic and
You're saying like
Olivia
Olivia from
Flowers.
Southern
like
Charm.
Bachelor
Yeah.
Nation, like the fan base, like they're upset. There's at least a community of like the diehard fans who are obsessed with the people who like come on for a week or two and leave and disappear. like the purest Bachelor fans like love the people who like give like I didn't come here to be famous, and like the more like obscure and unknown they are, the more some of like the hardcore fans love.
I mean, then what is Gabby? Has she had any sort of major, or is she just liked by the public and they keep renewing her contract?
Gabby,
Prescott from
Summerhouse.
Summerhouse.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
She's
Is that
liked by
she's
the
been
public.
on what, every season? When
No,
did she come in?
2 seasons ago.
Right, and her biggest storyline was Balloon Guy.
Yeah.
And
or
she's
not
been
dating.
and she's been renewed for every season, and she hasn't had a crazy drama-filled fucking guys doing nonsense fighting with the girls. She's been like
Well,
pretty.
why
just
do we
liked
think
by everyone.
Danielle was like removed from the season?
Because Danielle gave nothing. Sorry.
I also think she's a CEO and founder, and she's focusing on her app.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
I guess to answer your question, I mean, I guess I would never do these types of shows for the very reason I just don't know if I have the stomach for it. But I guess if I thought that this is my job, I would do my job, and like you have to go with the ebbs and the flows.
Mm.
Like the only way to be successful, the way some of these people have been successful, is to like not think about season to season, but just play the long game and know that like this might not be your year, but next season will, kind of thing. Because you need like things like redemption arcs, and you need, it's like people want change and they want to see evolution and they want to see storytelling, and you can't do that by just have like kind of some linear characters who like always do the same things over and over.
No, I think he should be himself. I think he should be so absolutely goddamn funny that everyone's just like, we need him because he's our comedic relief. Him and Paige are carrying the show with comedy on their backs.
Yes.
Yes.
But I don't think he needs to be like bringing girls home, doing any like nonsense. Like he's got all week to do that. I don't think he needs to bring that onto the show.
I misspoke about maybe. I'm not saying he should bring some hottie into the house.
You said he should be in a relationship.
Yeah, no, I think if he were to like come every weekend and talk about this girl he, likes, and yeah.
Terrible.
Because you want
Wes, if you're listening, do not do that.
Wes's biggest criticism is this some fuckboy who's doing the same shit over and over, and you want to, and people believed in Wes. Like, why did we love Wes? He was like this cute, kind of funny, like, oh, this is, he didn't give kind of douchey fuckboy. He gave like charming, funny, and then he turned out, quote unquote, to be just like every other fuckboy.
I think this season for West is about mending the bridge between him and Sierra and showing that they can like be like friends and they can coincide and live in the same place. And next season, he can bring a girl home. He can talk about a girl. But that's way too fucking soon. Bravo
so Wes
Nation
isn't
is
allowed
like
to have a romantic relationship.
he can do whatever the fuck he wants. I don't think he needs to bring it onto the show.
For the sake of PR.
Absolutely not.
Nick does have.
It's like you're
Nick
gonna
has
be
a good
a
angle,
fuckboy
though.
and then choose right now,
Well,
of all time.
Nick's angle is that you cancel out the emotionalists with like the emotions. It's like people were saying he had no emotions, but like if he's heart throbbing or like
It's
people
not
wanna
the
see
what.
growth.
It's
Yeah.
not also the what. It's the who as well. And Sierra's had this happen with Austin from Southern Charm in past seasons as well. So it's like people don't want to watch this happen to her again. People don't want to watch him come and like brag and be like, "Oh, I'm in love now. Finally, sorry, it wasn't you."
I don't think he should brag, but
You said feign heartbreak and then say how much he's in love
You're
with this
really
other person.
backpedaling right now.
he said, wait.
Nick's like, okay, whoa. Now I think
I didn't
that
say
maybe
bring her in. I said
didn't
4
say-
weeks.
I think he should talk about that there's someone he likes, and he's. I don't think he says I'm a changed man. I think he shows change through like pursuing someone and committing to it.
No,
And-
But it's an act because he doesn't want to do that.
I think he shows change by being a great friend to Sierra, by like not.
A friend to Sierra.
Wingman.
I don't think he needs to be like, oh, look, now I'm ready. Let me tell you how great my relationship is with this other girl and how much I've grown and how mature I am and how lovely I am and how much she's good. Like, that's absolutely the fuck not.
So we don't
Just take a knife and stab her. Like, right in the heart.
literally, just kill her.
And
So-
your
So just in the
popularity at the
reality
same
TV
time.
space, if we like a leading lady that
Yeah, you don't
Sierra
fuck
is,
her over.
that he is just no longer allowed to have. He can't have happiness for at least a
He
season.
can't even
At
laugh.
least a season.
it's one
It's 8
summer.
weeks.
One
No, I
summer.
want him to
Summer.
laugh. I want him to be so funny, and Sierra's like, God, like maybe she falls more in love with him, and maybe he's like realizes when he steps away, and they're not like all up each other first. He's like, fuck, maybe like, I don't know. And maybe there's hope for them in the future. I
don't understand why you guys keep saying hope for them. I don't.
Because I'm rooting for them.
Why?
Because
He doesn't like her.
I think he could again.
No.
All right.
And it's okay to not be into someone, you know? It's okay.
Yeah.
I know she's like, just because, you know, Sierra is a Victoria's Secret model and a guy like West isn't into her, doesn't like, I feel like we watch someone like Sierra and objectively she's beautiful and sweet and nice and we like, oh, if she can't get a guy like West, then I can't get a guy like West. And it's like, that's not true. It's just like, you know, there's people who aren't into us and that's okay. But why are we protecting Sierra so much?
It's not protecting Sierra.
her.
She's an OG. I like her, and I will always have her back against West. I just met
Also,
last
by the way,
year.
it's protecting West too.
Yeah.
It is protecting West too, because he will damage his image severely if he comes in
By having feelings for anyone else but Sierra.
Yes.
so soon after this summer.
A year later?
I think he could wait 1 season. He needs to wait 1 season to bring in like an actual genuine love interest. I think it actually is better if he's just fucking
is that
around.
he's completely asexual.
No,
I don't
can fuck
care
around.
what he does during
Just
the week,
not
but
emotional.
2 days a week? Yes, I would like for him to be asexual.
Keep it in the city.
Keep it away from the Hamptons.
Keep it out of cameras.
He loves to talk about the audience. So I'm with Natalie.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So to wrap up household headlines, did you guys see Ingrid Andress admitting that she was drunk during the botched national anthem?
She
going to rehab?
she sang a
Who is
rendition of
this?
the national anthem for the MLB home run derby, and it sounded very like when you do your singing voice.
No, I don't need you to compare me to someone botching something.
Sing.
Just imagine it was giving Fergie, but like more off key.
Okay.
It wasn't good.
And it was like, then it got really bad.
And she was drunk.
Yeah. She posted on Instagram.
Was she nervous? So she like took a couple shots
No,
and
she-
then didn't realize she took so many shots?
I don't. She posted on Instagram. She said, "I'm not going to bullshit y'all. I was drunk last night. I'm checking myself into a facility today to get the help I need. I apologize to the MLB, all the fans in this country I love so much for that rendition. I'll let y'all know how rehab is. I hear it's super fun."
It was that bad that she
It's-
needs to go to rehab?
It was.
It's
Well, I
bad.
guess she has a.
I mean,
She must.
it did not look like a professional singer.
No, not at all.
It was bad. It was like you got to see this.
Maybe pull it up, yeah.
You and I could definitely have done a better job.
With broad stripes and bright stars.
Not bad.
Wait for it.
Through the perilous fight. And the rocket's red glare.
Little off key.
The bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
We keep going.
For the
I'm always scared for this moment.
land of the free.
No.
And the home of the brave.
It's tough.
That was tough.
You know what? Hearing it back, it's not that bad.
It wasn't. She started off like
That's a good strong start.
strong
Yeah.
start. A little off key. Little off key.
I also said that I'm like, I have to give anybody credit that sings in a stadium. It's so loud. It's so large. The acoustics are huge. You generally cannot hear yourself.
Do you even have in-ears? Like,
You have in-ears, but as I said, I'm like, I don't know what she was working with, but I know a lot of like artists and stuff that are big performers are like, yeah, no, it's sometimes impossible to hear yourself in a stadium. So I'm going to give her that and like wish her all of the best in rehab.
Same, and I hope she comes back and she does a great job singing her next.
Yeah, this is
Yes,
just an
100%.
opportunity for her to
Absolutely.
pop off, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone needs if this is her rock bottom, it's not bad.
I mean, if it gets her the help that she needs, then
Your
Yeah.
husband's in the music biz. Do you think she can recover from this?
yes. I think everybody has recovered from a bad performance. I think everybody's recovered from from
Do you
forgetting the words on stage, from having a pitch
Do you
issue.
think her next performance should be the national anthem?
I was just going to say, I kind of feel like they should have her come back next year.
I was like, Ashley Simpson still thrived after the hoedown at SNL. Remember when she forgot all the words to her song?
Fergie came back from her.
Well, did she ever sing? She never sang the national anthem again, though. Fergie.
I think the national
But
anthem
she
is a
can-
little bit different because, like, hello, it is like our,
No.
national anthem. But it maybe should be taken a little bit more seriously and held to a little bit of a higher standard. But I do hope she.
I always
Yeah.
feel like time heals.
I want to give her a second shot.
Yeah. I do think time heals, and she's going to rehab. She's going to get the help that she needs, which is great. And I think that she'll recover from this.
Well, we wish her
I
all
hope
the
she
best and a speedy recovery, and hopefully she can come back bigger and better than ever. Up next, we got the Jonas Brothers. Well, that is Franklin and Kevin Jonas, the host of Claim to Fame. They're with us to talk a little Bachelorette, their show, and a little bit more.
I can't wait.
There's a lot of decisions you have to make when you have a baby, and the one that I feel the most comfortable and safe making is using Huggies for our daughter, River. I always tell Nick that when River's crying, she's trying to tell us something, and that's the case with most babies. They express it through cries, and so we've turned to Huggies. The new Huggies Skin Essentials are here. A brand new dermatologist-approved line of diapers, wipes, and pull-ups training pants that are all designed with baby's sensitive skin in mind.
Their wipes are so thick and pH balanced to help maintain healthy skin. Their wipes have 0 harsh ingredients for a great, gentle clean.
The Skin Essential Diapers features the Skin Protect Liner, which is what helps take care of the ick and stick that can cause rash. They have this liner built in their diapers.
The whole diaper helps protect against the top 2 causes of rash by managing moisture and running mess. The liner gives you the barrier to help absorb moisture and lock away runny mess from baby skin. Pull-Up Skin Essentials has your big kid covered too with a training pant that is ultra soft and breathable to help protect sensitive skin through potty training. Learn more at Huggies.com.
Once again, head to Huggies.com to learn more.
Between the getaways, the barbecue, the fun, and the work, your summer needs a revival kit. Luckily, Brooklyn's got airy essentials and ideal colors for the season to send you back into the world refreshed and ready to enjoy every moment.
We love Brooklinen. It is the only sheets we will use. It is the only towels we will use. I actually got my sister a set of their towels for Christmas. We use the Luxe Sateen set. They're cool, they're soft, they're silky, they're everything you want in a bedding and more.
I like to call them the 8th wonder of the world because it's amazing how incredible they are, high quality and affordable. You will never need another sheet on your bed ever if you just check out Brooklyn, and if you haven't already. And if you haven't checked out Brooklyn, and make sure to check out their bundles. They make it simple to get an entire bedding set for the price of a sheet, or an entire bath set for the price of a towel. Mix and match fabrics and patterns to meet your mood and save a ton while you do it. Start, end, and dot your summer days with the reviving comfort of Brooklinen. Visit in-store or online at brooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com. And use code VIALL for $20 off your order of $100 more. Again, that's brooklinen.com. Use code VIALL for $20 off your order of $100 or more. Kevin!
Hi, Kevin.
Oh,
What's going on?
that's my brother.
How's it going? I love how we have the
I'm
most
good,
famous,
I'm
the
good.
more
What's up,
famous brother in
everybody?
the studio.
Oh,
Yeah.
please. Thank you.
We're like, we only have room for one Jonas brother in the studio.
It's okay. I'm here. I'm there in spirit and on camera.
Where are you calling from, Kevin?
So I'm home. I'm in New Jersey right now. I'm home for a week. We have shows. We had a show in Calgary on the weekend, and now I fly to. Oh no, where am I going? Colorado Springs and Orlando this weekend.
Hell
We're
yeah.
kind of doing like a between the main tour. Like each chunk of that, we're going into Europe in September. We do like one-offs, and this summer has been really cool. We were only doing like kind of like the country vibe. We're playing only weekends, which is so nice.
Nice.
So like we just I'm home in the week, fly for 2 days, come right back.
Come right back. Franklin, are you ever touring with them?
Not touring with them, but I go to some shows. I was just in Calgary
definitely.
with them, and that was fun. That was nice.
Hell yeah, Kevin.
Crispy.
Audio viewers are gonna love that.
That sounds refreshing.
Yeah, it does. That was crisp. I go to their shows a lot. I was just in Calgary with them, and then I was in Lisbon with them, which was amazing.
Ooh,
that
nice.
was so much fun.
Yeah.
How much younger than are you than
Kevin, I'm 13 years younger than
13 younger? And then how about
Nick is the youngest.
Nick is the
and
youngest.
I'm 8 years younger than him.
Okay.
Who are you closest with?
I mean, I think we have different.
Kevin's watching.
Starting off with Kevin's literally.
watching.
I see 2 Kevins in the room just staring at me. I
How
think
about I answer this for a second?
Okay.
Right?
Oh, okay, there we
we
go.
get to work. We get to work together, so we have an excuse to say that we need time apart from each other.
There you go.
There you go.
It's true.
No.
Don't you work with your other brothers too?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Trust me, I need time apart from them too.
Yeah, fair enough. I think I have different relationships with every one of them. I mean, we're all very different people, and so Kevin I get to have this show with, and that's really nice. And I just went on vacation with Joe, which was amazing, and Nick I'm always with his daughter and his beautiful dog. So
I will say the gene pool is crazy in your family.
it is.
Like, there is no denying that y'all are brothers.
That's usually how genetics work.
No, but your siblings, like, you have 10 siblings, and not all of y'all look.
We kind of all look like
Alike.
siblings. No?
Did I hear that correctly? 10?
Yeah, I have 10 brothers and sisters.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, we saw the Jonas Brothers. Well, they can sing. We can at least produce.
Yeah.
Be a football team.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Like when you were growing up, did you kind of always know that your brothers were a little different, or did you have like a sit down with mom and dad and be like, so here's the thing, your brothers are super fucking famous?
I mean, it was pretty like from the beginning. I kind of understood. I mean, my earliest memories are really them starting to tour.
Yeah.
And then my first real memories start when we moved to LA and like life changed for us. So
Just a question for both of you. Your family always comes across as like incredibly down to earth, despite being like incredibly famous at the same time. Is
We're
that
just really good actors.
yeah,
okay?
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
all
That's
bullshit.
that's what I was wondering. No, but
You're like, and fuck
I
this
think,
place.
we're very lucky. We know that we're very lucky that we get to do this, that we get to travel around the world and play shows and work on TV shows, film movies, and we know this is not the norm, and we know that we're lucky. It's fantastic. I love it. I love what we do, and I love that this is my life. Yeah, is there times where you don't want to wake up at 5 a.m. to get on that flight to go do the show? Sure. But do you do it and then you remember what you're doing? Absolutely. So we try to keep it chill. And also, let's get real. It's really fun. Our life is awesome. So yeah.
now you sound like Kevin Bacon. Did you hear about that, Kevin?
No.
Kevin Bacon dressed up as like a regular person and went out to the Grove, and he was like, "Fuck this! I miss being famous," because he's like he couldn't skip lines.
Yeah.
No one
He
was
didn't-
like, "Hey, I love you."
That's there are
perks. There are perks.
positives and negatives
Yeah.
with both sides,
For sure.
right? There's definitely perks, and there's definitely things that you don't want someone taking pictures of your kids when they don't know it at summer camp. What I
Yeah,
dealt with
that's-
yesterday. So it's that stuff,
Yeah,
it's
for
like
sure.
whatever.
Who's the brother you think you resemble the most?
I do get Kevin a lot recently. I think Kevin and I are really,
Yeah, I
really
see it.
similar. And then
Yeah.
also, I mean, it wasn't until I just went on this trip with Joe that I think we started to realize that we look very similar. He's just but I also look like Nick. I mean, it's like, it's
He's an
terrible answer to that
amalgamation.
question.
I honestly believe he's an amalgamation of all three of us.
Yeah. I think I look most like my dad. I think at the end of the day, I'm the
Okay.
one that I think
Yeah.
is closest to looking like our father.
Okay.
Yeah. If I put glasses on, it's serious.
How did you guys start doing the concept of the show, Claim to Fame? Is that something you guys pitched? Did they come to you? I think it's kind of
It was interesting. They reached out about the show. So this company working on it for a long time, building out the idea, and they used me and Franklin in their initial pitch document to ABC. I think ABC thought we were already attached, which is funny, but we weren't. Which made it great for us long term. But no, Connecticut's incredible, and we love working with them. But they came to us and we worked out the timing and the deal. And I've always really liked the hosting space. So getting to work with Franklin on it was really cool. And we don't usually get to work together, so it was a great opportunity to spend a lot of time and hang out.
how have you guys gotten closer throughout through working together?
I mean, so much. I mean, Kevin's done this before. He's hosted before. He knows how to do it. And so, especially when we first started, I had never done anything like this. And so I really relied on him for advice and guidance and to kind of lift up some of the weight where I could. But also just spending time together. We don't get to spend a lot of time together just because he's in New Jersey being dad vibes all the time. So when he's not on tour, he's there and I'm over here in LA. So we've just gotten a lot closer. Especially this season, we spent a lot of time together, which was really nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What made you? Did you always live in New Jersey, Kevin, or is that recent?
No, so the way that I grew up here, and we love it. to death, and it became my spot. And we moved from Dallas to here. And then when the band really kicked off and went to LA, we moved out of there. About a year into living in LA, I met my wife, Danielle, on vacation in Bahamas. And, we started dating. We got married. And about a year into our marriage, I realized it was like, either you're alone because your system and your friends and your ecosystem is in New Jersey, or you're on tour with us. Like, it didn't really make sense. So we moved back to New Jersey and then just built a home here.
That's awesome.
So did you met your wife on vacation in the Bahamas? Was that like at a bar meet cute?
No, it was like at the beach, like we met at these payphones because, it was that long ago, payphones.
Oh my God.
She was calling her grandmother to let her know that they had made it to the Atlantis safely.
Wow.
We didn't have those international plans we do now,
Mm-hmm.
So then from there, we like met at the same time. Like we just happened to be there. Took a photo that was like with her younger sister. She was super young at the time. And now, which her name is Katie, and Nick, I'm going to tell you something in a minute about those two that you're going to enjoy. We're going to pull up the photos here in a second. It's going to be great.
Wow.
So the crazy part about that is then the next day I ran into her on the beach and we hung out the entire time. And 15 years later, here we are.
Hell yeah. Who made the first move?
Oh, I did. She did not want to have anything to do with me.
I love
How
that.
humbling.
Yeah.
It's good. I like it. I had to work for it. I love it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Who's your favorite sister-in-law?
Ooh, I don't think that's hard-hitting questions. All right.
We're like, let's start a fight in your family.
No, legit. No, they're very different. I mean, Danny is just like the sweetest little, like, kindest, nurturing soul, and Pri is like the definition. If you look up like a girl boss or in the dictionary, a picture of her comes up. So it's just, they're very different people, and I go to them for very different things, and I'm really lucky to have them both in my corner, which is nice. I think just because of proximity, I spent a lot more time with Pri, but when I was just there with Danny, and her and Kevin gave me this mullet the other day, which was great.
It looks good.
This is new.
This is new. I had to wait till I finished like the main day of press, and then I did it. I've been pushing it off for a while.
Nick had a mullet when he proposed to me.
Ooh, very nice.
Wasn't my choice.
Oh, it wasn't your choice.
No.
She
I'm a team mullet. Listen, I think like let's bring them back.
I think they're great.
Don't you love
if you
it?
have curly hair, you can, I think.
My girlfriend's been asking me to do it for a very long time, because when we met, I had a mullet, and then it slowly deteriorated and changed, and I've had really long curly, like basically like a fro for the past year. But now, very happy to have the mullet. It's freeing. It's very freeing.
Are you a Nicki Minaj fan?
Oh, so I'm glad you noticed this. I have, my manager's name is Barb.
Okay.
Or Barbara.
No, he's massive.
And
You're
me,
a Barb.
Yeah, come on, just own it, man.
So me and my friend who's also managed by her, we wanted to get a tattoo about like the matching tattoo. And I had this thought of getting Barb on her hand so that we can do calling all Barbs and convince people that we are massive Nicki Minaj fans.
Okay.
But
The fact that you knew that, I'm so impressed.
That is really impressive.
I want to see a photo of you front row at a Nicki Minaj concert, just saluting her.
I hope this gets me there.
Yeah.
Calling all Barbs. Calling all Barbs.
That is amazing.
Singing super bass. Every word is super bass.
Oh yeah.
Nick, I direct messaged you an account on Instagram. I don't know if you have your phone by you.
I do.
So my sister-in-law, Katie, Danielle's youngest sister, is about to get married, and her fiance is also named Nick. We get stopped when we're out, and people think I'm hanging out with you all the time.
Oh my God.
Like it is like, the photo doesn't do it quite the justice, but I want you to see it, and obviously I want your wife to check it out better than you, because it's hard to look at yourself and have a.
He's a good-looking guy.
He's a good-looking guy for sure. It's just.
Oh my God! Yeah.
So
we're out like all the time. Like we were in Austin for his bachelor party, and people come up and like, "Hey Nick, can we get a picture?" Like girls come up to him all the time. It's so funny.
That's hilarious. Well, can we
Does-
can we
so
actually?
And
Just
then you call him Nick, and it becomes like a real. It's like even harder.
Does
So
he ever
everyone-
lean into it?
I don't know. Maybe he does. Free drinks too. You never know.
Does Katie look like Natalie?
Maybe you can see she's on there somewhere.
So everyone thinks that like Nick
it's just a couple,
is-
and maybe they see him and they see another. She's got.
He has a secret
yeah.
mistress in New Jersey.
Yeah. No, but everyone's like, oh my gosh, Nick has been friends with Kevin Jonas for all this time. And like, he never talked about it. How humble of Nick.
Yeah.
So cool.
I don't name drop. Yeah. I'm not
Keep it chill.
We're old friends, man.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
Can we actually
I
be
just
friends,
thought
Kevin?
I had to show it because we haven't seen each other in a while. But like when I knew we were doing this day, I'm like, I just got to show him this photo because it's like so ridiculous.
That's so funny.
That is hilarious. Do you have any doppelgangers?
I do. So I get mistaken for Benny Blanco a lot
Oh.
and Lil Dicky. Basically, any like
Any like fro.
any white guy with curly hair,
yeah, and a
people
beard.
think that I am.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I had a nickel for every guy with a beard and curly hair whose like girlfriend sends me a photo of their boyfriend, be like, my boyfriend just looks just like you. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh god, fuck, Jesus Christ.
Well, sorry, I just did that to you.
No,
but
no,
I
no,
mean,
but that
That was a
one-
handsome man.
That-
I'll take it.
It's different when someone's like, you look just like my cousin, and then they show you a picture of their cousin, and you are like, I look like that?
yeah,
Yeah.
Are you sure?
yeah.
Are you
a,
sure? Yeah. Yeah.
that's a great looking guy. Claim to fame. Is that the same house that night one of Jen's Bachelorette season?
Yes,
It
this
is.
season of The Bachelorette is filmed in we call it our house. We were there first.
sorry.
But yes, it's our house.
Yeah. Also, a little known fact: the "Listen to Your Heart" show
my
that
God.
that never really came to be. During the pandemic, The Bachelor tried to do a music version
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
of
they
their
did.
show,
Yes.
and that was the
They
same
did it
house.
there, yeah. It's an amazing place. Hummingbird
Hummingbird.
Nest.
Hummingbird.
Ranch.
Yeah, Hummingbird Nest Ranch.
Did you see any rats?
I did. Oh, I saw
oh.
so many this season. I didn't see him the
Oh,
last
so
season.
confirmed.
Okay, because
There was so many.
night one, like Jen's talking to one of the guys, and in the background, you saw a couple rats just like shoot
Dude,
across.
there's bats, snakes. Like
Oh.
you're up there. We're
Yeah.
out in it's like out in Simi Valley, and it is
Yeah.
like we're in the like deeper than LA Valley. So like you're at night, like you notice like we're doing a summer show. Like tonight's episode, you'll see at the guest off. I'm wearing like a winter coat.
Yeah.
Like
Wow.
Perfect.
it is so cold.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it gets really cold at night around there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kevin, have you always been a Bachelor fan?
Oh yeah, so me and Danielle, we really got into The Bachelor, Bachelorette. I can't remember what season it was that like really got us in, but we started watching it, later. It wasn't early, and we had a really good time and like got invested in it. And then I sadly have been traveling a little bit, so I haven't been able to watch this season yet. But it's been fun to watch The Bachelor. I always find the juxtaposition between The Bachelor and Bachelorette so crazy. I feel like the guys on The Bachelorette are so much more whiny, and it's so
Yeah.
funny to me.
Yeah.
But I will still go back to, Bachelor in Paradise takes the cake.
Yeah.
I mean, it used to, but last season was kind of.
Yeah.
I didn't see the last season. So I don't
Well,
know.
you didn't miss anything.
Yeah, you
Fair
didn't
enough.
miss anything. Well, are you watching Love Island USA? Because it is Bachelor in Paradise, like
On steroids.
on absolute steroids.
Well, I have to start it then. I am not. We only watch those kinds of shows together, and so for the last since last August, so about a year ago, we've been on this tour, this 5 albums 1 night tour, and it is like been gone a lot. So we bank those shows for like the holidays when we're
Oh,
like
yeah.
home for 3 weeks, and we're just like we're sit there and we don't watch anything else, and we'll like watch everything. It's kind of our little tradition.
yeah.
Who
Yeah.
is your favorite Bachelorette and who's your favorite Bachelor?
Oh God, Franklin, you go first.
Oh.
If you don't say
Favorite
Nick,
Bachelorette.
get
I don't think so.
Oh.
the- No, I'm, just
I'm sorry.
kidding.
It's probably not going to be.
Definitely not me.
JoJo
Okay.
Okay.
was my favorite Bachelorette. She's the one that she was my first season,
Okay.
and
Oh,
it really
okay.
like set a template for
You never
me.
forget your first.
You dreamt about her.
I've many times, many times, admittedly. And then Bachelor. I don't know. I did like Pilot Pete's season.
That was an
That was a
iconic
great-
that was a
season
great
and
season.
often underappreciated.
I know someone recently who. No, I can't tell that story. Never mind.
Franklin.
I know someone who went on a date with Pilot Pete recently, and they told me, and I freaked out. I literally I asked for every detail. I
Was it a
so,
good date?
That I can't.
It
That-
wasn't.
So it wasn't.
No,
terrible.
no, I don't want to give my friends details.
No,
out.
yeah, that was
Yeah, no, I'd say those are my two
You
favorites.
fanboyed.
I fanboyed really hard, really hard.
That's cute.
people did say also we looked like each other.
There you go. See,
Yeah.
maybe you just got one of those faces, man.
Yeah,
Maybe.
real basic, real
basic.
plain.
Oh wait, no. Who was the guy? Who was the Bachelor? I mean, like every Bachelor's done it, but the one it was like 2 seasons ago where it got down to the wire, and he told like every single one of them that
Clayton.
he was in
Ben.
love with them, and
Clayton,
then
Clayton,
Clayton.
Clayton.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did love that season. That was hard. That was
Have
hard.
you seen him dancing on social media?
Oh, yes, I have.
I'm in love and I don't care who knows it. Like next day, he's like, I love you too. When he was there, and he's like,
I've
I'm in
had
love with
sexual
all
relations
3 of
with multiple women,
yeah. I had sex with you and you.
and I'm in
And also
love with
you.
both of you. It was so insane.
That was-
Wrong fucking answer.
Yeah.
That was iconic.
Every single one of them was like, "What? Why would you tell us? We didn't need to know that."
Yeah. That was gnarly.
What have you learned about dating and relationships from the Bachelor franchise, Franklin?
Don't date multiple women at once. Doesn't end well usually, historically.
Or if you do, don't bring them on a date together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although sometimes it works
Unless
out.
that's what you're going for, I guess. But
Sometimes that works out. I've learned a lot. I mean, so Bachelorette and Bachelor has been a really integral part of my relationship with my girlfriend because our first date was watching Bachelorette.
Oh.
he actually talks about it in one of his songs.
I do.
Really?
Yeah,
Do
there's
you?
I do.
Give us the lyric.
I do. Like all my songs are so niche. They're all about Bachelor and Bachelorette.
You're like, if they
and
want
I still
me to
haven't
sing.
been invited to sing.
All
I have
ever
2
wanted
songs
was
about
the
this
first
damn
impression
show.
rose.
Yeah,
What was the season? What was the season you guys had your first date?
Katie. It was Katie's.
That was a good season.
It was a good season.
Katie Thurston season.
The first episode the first season that I watched with Anna was Katie's season.
That was messy.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, it was very messy. Very messy.
Are you watching this season?
Of course I am watching this season.
Who's your front runner?
I don't know who my front. Oh, I wrote it down specifically because we were coming on this show.
Well, it's got to be Sam M or Grant.
It's
All right, so-
Grant.
There
It's
we go.
Grant. Yeah, it's Grant. Obviously, Devin is so impossible to watch.
Oh.
You don't like Devin.
You like Devin?
Nick likes
I
Devin.
do.
You like Devin?
No, I think he's not. He's not gonna be, Jen's guy. But at least he's doing something. I'm always, especially having been in that world before, nothing annoys me more than all the guys who are just like, "Hey, bro, go talk to our girl. It's all good. It's your turn." And it's just like, here, at least he's trying.
I suppose.
Yeah, I get so mad about that. I feel like that is the one thing. If like, oh, it's so irritating. First of all, like I hate that people just like want to play nice all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I get it's so viscerally angry watching the show. I'm like, I don't understand this. Like people, and also that people that like can't help themselves. And obviously, I know how we all know how TV works. Blah blah blah. Producers, whatever. But like I got to talk to her about what he said to me. It's like, just dude, have you learned nothing from the how many seasons? Is it? Like, you're gonna be you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot every time. You don't say what someone said to you, you're gonna be the problem.
I gotta
Like-
tell her there's guys here for the wrong reasons. I have
Yeah,
to
it's
tell
like-
her.
Yeah.
That storyline. If I hear that storyline one more time in this show,
Well, you shouldn't watch this
I-
season,
I-
Kevin.
I-
You should really
Dude,
not watch
Do you
this
remember?
season.
Do you remember Noah from Tasha's season? His twin brother is on this season, and
Yes.
he's the first one, week 2, doing that shit. Which tells
it's
me,
like, how do you? Is like I don't understand. Maybe they're just like, no, like that's how you get more screen time, and maybe there's another side of it. Like
I guess.
don't know. But, I mean, like that is the other side. If you're only there for that,
I think
But
he hates his
my
brother.
God, I'm telling you, it irritates. I get like I actually turn it off if that happens. Like I
know.
can't.
Well, good luck watching this season.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I haven't started yet, so I have to give it a shot. We'll
episode
see.
2.
It's on script for sure.
It's definitely
It's on screen. Yeah,
It's
and
on
you know what?
screen.
I get it. It's part of the thing, and I'm not trying to, I wasn't on the shoot.
Yeah, I always get frustrated when the guys are and to your point, kind of Kevin. I think the guys do that way more than the women do when it's The Bachelor. They are always just like. You could convince me, and I know that's not true because I know the people who make the show, but you can
Yeah.
convince me that there's like the Bachelor franchise is run by a secret society of swingers because they're always just like promoting the idea of sharing and it's all cool. And the fact if you like are aggressive and like really try to like cement your relationship with someone, you're the biggest villain in the house.
Yeah.
And it like literally
what?
makes no sense.
Maybe it is. But like I do not. I get so mad. so irritating. I don't know, but whatever. I don't know. You know, who we really wanted, me and Danielle, we really liked Kendall Long.
Yeah.
Grocery Store Joe's ex,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
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 Yeah, we really like Kendall. We were like, come on, like that, because she was like, felt, and I guarantee you she was gonna be it. She was just like, I'm gonna do me for a minute, but like, I don't know. We
You
were
wanted
like,
her
rooting
as
for
the Bachelorette?
to be Bachelorette.
Taxidermy. She's big into taxidermy.
Is she?
Yeah.
You know, that's okay.
Kinda cool.
Everybody says something weird.
Yeah, she's like
Yeah.
a science girl.
Different.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah,
She's
it's
quirky.
different.
She's fun.
Res-
We
Respect.
thought she was pretty. Like, it's just it was the hearing thing. Like the whole thing like worked for me. You know, I was like, I get.
Have you
that's the one.
seen Have you
I
seen
choose you.
her rap or the music that she sings that is a rap song?
No.
Kendall Long?
I think you're talking about Daisy.
Daisy. I'm
Yes.
sorry. Yes. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
Daisy.
Embarrassing.
It's your Bachelorette
I know.
contestant.
I'm the worst with names. There's so many names.
I
My
know,
girlfriend is
I
able to
it's
like
so hard.
Peter D, Peter whatever. It's I don't know.
I've been on a secret mission to get my brother-in-law Mikey, who is our brother Joe's best friend, Danielle's brother. That was confusing for everyone.
Oh.
He is-
Danielle's brother is Joe's
is my
best friend.
brother's best friend.
Okay.
They're like truly like best friends. He's single, and I want him to get on The Bachelorette or Bachelorette at some point.
We could
Well,
we
let's
could
make
absolutely make
that
this happen,
happen.
Kevin.
Yeah.
He's incredible. It would be so fun.
I
It would
tried-
be so, and
right
then
now?
Danielle and the girls showing up to like judge
Yes.
whoever he brings home would legitimately be the greatest amount of TV you've ever seen.
Yeah.
What's the I mean, is he reluctant to do it? Because I feel like
I think I don't think he like wants to be on TV to make trying to find a wife. But
Yeah.
I kind of want to force him.
Yeah.
for sure. He's not doing he has to stop being so selfish and think about others in the family.
Do it for me.
Yeah.
Do it for my entertainment.
I was trying to convince our grandmother to go on Golden Bachelor, and
Yeah.
I think that
We really
would
wanted
be-
that actually. We all actually. I think we made a video.
How old is your grandmother?
She
Respect-
how old is Mama? I don't know.
Held gam
80s.
80 something?
80s.
80 something?
Maybe a little too old.
She's spry. She's spry.
Okay, maybe.
She's a sweetheart.
I just
She's a
picture your
sweetheart.
brother-in-law or your brother-in-law going on the show and she's like, "Well, why are you here, Kevin Jonas?"
He made me.
Excuse me?
He
Like,
made me.
he made me do it. Like, I actually really don't want to be here. Can you please send me home?
She's like, winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so are you telling me?
Yeah.
Wait a second.
You
gonna
don't
end
want
the
to be
season
here.
early.
Yeah.
Question: are you guys aware of if their very famous relative is aware of them being on the show? Like, do any of them have to kind of get
They do.
permission?
The first season, I think we learned that like some people knew, but now the show's a feel good show. It's not like it's like making fun of the families or ragging on this whatever. So if they have a relationship with that person, it's starting to feel like every person is getting videos from their celebrity
Mhm.
relative, and they're like sending them send off videos or welcome videos. Like it's really cool, and it's actually very fun because then there's like a video reveal with like whoever gets kicked off, and like it's really fun.
I like that because I'm sure you guys have had experiences with family or extended friends. Like sometimes they get weird when you become a public figure.
Yeah.
Everyone has like the cousin or the aunt who like just immediately started treating you differently.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see that the celebrities are in on it, and it's like they kind of like they're not using the celebrity as a more or less like kind of it's a more charming approach to
No,
it.
it's really nice. And
completely
it's
agree.
feel good, and you can tell that they're like supporting them, and I mean we had one person this season who got a lot of help from their relative in regards to not want to spoil anything, but their cover is very good. They're very method this season.
You obviously have a close relationship with your brothers, and it seems like a really healthy relationship. But was it ever like a struggle for you as you got older and became into adulthood and have these very famous brothers? Was that something you had to work through, or were you always kind of like whatever, man? Like
No,
it's chill?
definitely. There was a period, especially like in college, once I was like figuring myself out, like high school, college. I mean, growing up, I had the best relationship ever with them, and then I think once I started going my own path and trying to figure out who I definitely struggled with it for a long time. And it wasn't until I think around like COVID area where we just were like in a house all the time, not doing anything, that we just started, like Joe and I started doing a meditation Zoom all the time, and Kevin and I would play video games together sometimes, and even Nick as well. And so then we just started like getting closer and closer. And I think a lot of that comes with I'm so young. And so the older you get, the closer in age you get.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard for a 14-year-old guy to hang out with a 3-year-old the same way that it is for like a 23-year-old to hang out with a
age becomes a lot smaller.
yeah, exactly. It
I've
doesn't feel
experienced
as
that in
daunting.
our family too. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think I'm sure. Yeah, you, of course. Yeah, big family.
You probably get it more than most. Like, what's the biggest age gap in your family?
I am 6 months closer in age to my youngest sibling than I am to my father.
Wow.
Okay.
The other,
sorry,
no, I'm sorry. I'm
I
6
play
months
guitar.
closer in age
What?
to my dad than I am to my youngest sibling.
So are you
So there's 20.
where are you in the line?
I'm the second oldest.
The second oldest. Okay.
So I'm like 24 years older than my youngest sibling.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, we're 13 years apart.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I have an older sister. So I'm
That's wild.
quarter of a century.
That is crazy.
Really impressive.
So
That's
your
intense.
older sister is closer in age to your dad than to your youngest sibling?
Yeah. By like 2 years.
Wow.
I mean, so Kevin's oldest daughter, Alina, I was only a year older than Kevin was when she was born for when I was born, if that makes sense.
Wow.
Kevin was 13 when I was born.
Right.
And I was 14 when Alina was born.
Okay.
Wow.
That is. So how many kids do you have, Kevin?
I have two. We have an old 10-year-old and a 7-year-old, Alina and Valentina.
We have a 5-month-old daughter.
Oh.
Yeah.
And
Congratulations.
Thank
Thank
you very
you.
much. I feel like girls are the best, and like that.
They are.
I mean,
We have
I
a lot
don't
of
know what
girls
it's
in our
like to
family
have a
now.
boy, but
Just wait. But they are. They are. I actually always, me and Danny always talk. She's like, so, like you talk when you're like dating, whatever. Like, so like, if you have kids, like, what do you want? If you could choose. And I was like, well, I've always wanted 2 girls. Always.
wow,
I
really,
said, the world is built for 4 people. I've always wanted 2 girls. Guess what? I got them. Amazing.
Aw.
So we had 4 boys in our family, right? There's 4 of us. We have now, there are now all granddaughters for my parents.
Yeah.
Oh,
All nieces.
That's
So
fun.
literally there are 5 girls, and even the cousins outside the realm of like the ones that are all girl cousins. It's
Wow.
wild.
Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I
Like,
bet your parents.
it's just girl
love
gang.
that.
at this-
Well, because my dad,
Yeah, they're
he
fun.
kept trying because he wanted girls so bad. That's why I'm 8 years later.
Yeah.
And so my name was going to be Destiny because it was going to be Destiny that I was a girl.
Ooh.
And then I was not a girl.
They went
And
Franklin.
then how
Yeah,
did
they
they
went-
get Franklin? Huh?
Yeah, it's my dad's like childhood best friend. It's the only name in our family that's like not religious, like biblical.
All
Okay.
of Nick's are biblical too.
Is
There you
Kevin biblical?
Kevin's real name is
Paul. My first name is Paul.
There you go.
Sorry,
Paul's
Kevin, to
very
expose
biblical.
you.
Paul Kevin Jonas the second. Yeah, I'm a third Paul, a second Kevin. It's
What
really
made you
weird.
go with Kevin?
That's what my dad goes by.
So you want to hear the most ridiculous story? It's so dumb.
Yes.
So my father was named after his grandfather. They lived in the same house together. So he was called Paul, named after his grandfather. Well, his mother thought it would be really annoying to have 2 Pauls in the same house, so she called him Kevin, like middle name, went by Kevin.
Yeah.
Then I was named after my father, and did not reverse it. We kept it where I was going by Kevin. So I am a third Paul, but a second Kevin.
Okay.
You're a chip and a trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a.
Well,
I like
my
that.
brother's
That was
name
good.
is Luke, but his actual first name is Christopher, which is my dad's name.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like that. But they
Yeah.
always called him Luke.
Interesting.
I always said if I had a boy, we wanted to name him, Paul, Kevin, Trey, like, and just call him Trey, like that's the third.
Yeah, there you go.
Start a new lineage.
Trey.
Any chance that you guys might be trying for a boy? No? Are we
Another
done?
one?
Are we done?
Hey man, if it's God's will, we'll see. It's a little like we took some health time for my wife. She has Lyme disease, so
Oh.
she really wanted to get that right. She's kind of on the coming out of it now in a good way, which is really wonderful. But like all things, it's just takes time and figure out your life, but definitely not ruling it out. It's just that we kind of like here. It's once you get it's going to be like a new like a how do you say it? It's gonna be like a firstborn again.
Yeah.
Like the older, so
Yeah.
like I have to like be
After
okay with
5
that.
years,
Like
it's
we're like
an only child.
my
or
daughter
it's a
came
new-
downstairs this morning. My oldest daughter came downstairs this morning and she had a cold ice roller on her face while she made herself breakfast and got like
How old is she?
and like she's 10.
That's gonna
So,
terrify
I
like-
me.
can't wait. I can't wait.
But it's also think about what I just said. She came down dressed, made herself breakfast and got herself ready for camp.
And was ice rolling her face.
And rolling her face.
That's an adult.
Like like my life is amazing right now. You know what I mean? Like I'll take it. So do I really want to be changing diapers? Maybe not. But at the same time, I totally love babies and love having another kid. And so sure, why not? Let's go.
I mean, you've got a babysitter.
That's true. They
It's true.
Well,
she wants to have another kid.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Our second does not.
It's really.
Teeny.
Our second is our little rock star. She is like, no way. Like no babies.
Are they both daddy's girl or
Yeah, I think so. They are. They really love their mom. Like they go in their closet and like hang out and talk and like it's like a whole thing. But like, yeah, I think they're really proud. We've really included them in the environment that is, touring and all of that. So like, I feel like we've tried to make it. We wanted it to feel like not like they have two lives.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, maybe you could offer me some advice. I mean, obviously you're Kevin Jonas. I have a small little, public persona, but it's very nerve-wracking for me as as River gets older. How do you try to have them have a normal life, while also like bringing them into your life and kind of protecting them? Because honestly, like, I don't know how to navigate that quite yet. And we talk it all the time, but we don't know what the right way is, if there is a right way. But like you two seem to be doing a good job of it.
Thank you. There is no right way. Do it your way. Don't listen to anybody else and just be like, this is what we're going to do. And no one agreed with the way we did things. And, but then they were fine because it's just it's just, you have to just do what you want. We did. And then I think for us, the only advice I give you, and you asked, so I'm not going to give you unsolicited, is be okay to make as many mistakes as you want, and just know that you're still figuring it out too. Like there are so many times where I'm like, oh, I really messed that up. I responded the wrong way, or I yelled when I shouldn't have. Like there's so much. Like you just can't beat yourself. Like we're all just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Right. But to live a normal life, everybody does it differently. What we choose worked for us. And there are times I still even question, like, do we make the right decision? And, so you do question even yourself, right? But I will say for me and Danielle, we kind of made a conscious decision to expose them to the world and post photos of them and do projects with them. And it was just so that they could feel included in our life, because what happens at dinners and other things is we get interrupted with our family time all the time by people. We're eating dinner as a family in a restaurant. And
I'm sorry for interrupting mid-bite.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's fine and totally cool. And I'm grateful to meet the family that came to 15 shows across their, childhood. And it's incredible. And I want to hear those stories, but I'm having a conversation with my daughter. Right. So it's like, that's where it's tough. But we've tried to include it where it's not a deterrent. It's not like a bad thing. Right. Now Alina's like, well, I'll take the photo. It's like she's a part of it, and so it's not weird, and we do it the best we can.
That's great.
Yeah, even if people, as Kevin said, might have disagreed with how he was doing it in the beginning, like those are two of the most
That's a great decision too.
Those are two of the most well-adjusted girls I've ever met in my life.
Really?
I mean, like being in my Nepo baby adjacent side of seeing growing up in LA and growing up around kids here in LA that were under similar circumstances to me or to Alina's kids, seeing them just be such normal, well-adjusted kids. We were just there, and it was insane to me, just coming from the background that I have of growing up with the people that I grew up with.
Are you sensitive to the Nepo baby conversation? I am pro Nepo baby.
What do you mean by pro Nepo baby?
Well, there was that article came out a year, or whatever.
That article was so great for us because it came out right as our first season was coming out. It was such great advertisement for our show.
Yeah. It really was.
Listen, I mean, there's two sides to every coin.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends in LA who maybe have famous parents or whatever, and I just think, I don't know you, Franklin, at all, but I feel like you almost have to overcome more. Certainly you might have access to certain things that other people might not have, but I'm not aware of many celebrity Nepo babies or whatever, siblings or parents or otherwise, who have made it, who don't also have incredible talent. At the end of the day, I think talent wins in this town, and work ethic wins.
Totally.
And I think
I agree. You meet families, you see families all the time that there's many children or siblings or whatever from a very talented, someone's very talented in that group, like not all of them do it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it still
yeah.
takes the work and still takes the drive, and Franklin has it, and it's awesome to see. And also, he took his time figuring out what he wants to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
I
think
think that's
in
amazing.
my opinion, I think I try and be as conscious of it as possible. I mean, it's something that I've been blessed with, a position where I have so much access. I have so much opportunity that other people don't have. I mean, like I just get to host this show because I, and I know that going in, and so I know I have to work harder, and I know I have to earn the position that I'm given so freely, which is I'm so grateful for. And I like to be conscious of it just because I know a bunch of people back in New York from when I was living there that like want to be TV hosts. And I just got a call one day and I got to host a show, right? And I think so I like to be mindful of it
Sure.
and understand that like this is a very unique situation but there is something to be said of if you come from a family that is associated and or in the public eye in whatever field, there is some level of, oh, I have experience in this field just by proxy. I know of it.
Totally.
I'm familiar with it. But I think that in general, it's just something to be like mindful of, but also not go as hard as say sometimes it goes.
Yeah, I mean, I think like you said, privilege. We always want to recognize whatever privilege you have, and if you have
100%.
nepo privilege, it's great. But like, I hate the idea of the nepo conversation where they immediately want to discount your talent or the work you put in, as if the only reason you're sitting here today is because of a family member or whatever like that. And again, I know a lot of, I guess, nepo kids who bust their fucking asses and have to overcome adversity. And they get into rooms, but they have to prove people wrong because there's a lot of maybe preconceived notions of like, oh, of course, whatever this. And I'm so pro nepo, baby.
Fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough.
Like, we definitely went through that in a different way too. Like it was interesting. Like we were a band for a long time, and then we got dropped by Columbia Records, and we're making the music we were making, and then went to Hollywood Records, which is part of Disney. And so instantly, that's when people started getting recognized. And so it's like, oh, there's just another Disney band. It's like, no, like we've been making this music for years by ourselves, and like did it all. So like, there's always going to be a juxtaposition. It's about how you continue forward through that. I think that's what you're saying was. I'm not talking about myself, but like talent or the hard work pays off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are your songs on Spotify?
They are. Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to go listen to them. I'm going to try to find the Bachelorette line.
Oh yeah. It's in it's the song Hoboken is the
There
one.
you
Yeah.
go.
Bachelorette.
Okay.
Y'all have talked about
Yeah.
your love for reality TV. Is Love is Blind in your rotation?
I mean,
yet?
we're under Kinetic, so of course, yeah.
That one's really, really good. I think Nick has said before that is, I think
it's the best one. I
It's the
mean,
same
Love Island
creators.
it's pretty good, but the stakes of the Love is
Yeah.
Blind, like when you were getting married on TV, it's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, that's serious.
You're getting married on TV and you haven't seen the person. It is fantastic.
It is.
And it's the same creators, Love is Blind and Claim to Fame.
Yeah, Kinetic
Yeah.
shouts out.
Kevin, I have to ask, is there a conversation before each show whether Nick is going to do his red dress?
No, I think he's just been doing it now at this point.
Yeah.
There was a time where he wasn't, right?
Yeah.
Like the audience. And there are times where he doesn't give it but it's not like he's not feeling the show if he doesn't. No.
He fucking hates you guys.
If you were in that audience and Nick didn't do it, it's your
What
fault.
they want recently.
Yeah. Okay.
I once saw you and your wife at Craig's, Kevin.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
It was long.
Oh, of course.
I was like, oh, that's Kevin Jones.
Of
And then
course it was Craig's.
one time I stood behind Nick in line at Jones. And then one time I was in Chicago and saw Joe DJ.
Wow.
Well, why didn't you come say hi?
I was
Because you were eating.
Oh, you were eating,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to be the person.
I appreciate
Although
it.
Craig's is a
Appreciate it.
real,
No, I
like,
love
go
that.
up and say
I probably
hi
said the same thing.
environment. I've been invited, like I've been like introduced to
we
more
like
people at
Craig's
Craig's.
a great friend of ours.
Yeah. I feel like if you're eating at Craig's, you have the right to go up and like you're at Craig's.
I can't
Craig's
do
is
it.
a communal space. It's not like I hang out more with the people that I didn't know were going to be there at Craig's than the people I went to
You
dinner
came with. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true.
What's next for you guys?
Just hanging out, vibing. No, I've been doing a lot of writing lately, which has been great, music wise, and just sort of focusing on like whatever the next project is, which has been amazing. And I love doing this show because it gives me like this pays my bills, and then I get to go do my art that nobody listens to.
That's not true.
No. That was meant to be lighthearted. It didn't come off
Like,
that way.
it's okay.
Silence.
All right, do you need?
Okay.
Do we need to talk about this?
Do you want to
no.
look at yourself the whole time?
He's,
you're-
on,
Yeah,
he's on
exactly.
the couch again, and he went into therapy mode.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Exactly.
like,
Put me on a couch. I'm
say
there.
more.
How does that make you feel?
Yeah. So what age are you when you're saying that?
How long have you and your girlfriend been together?
2.5 years.
That's serious.
Officially, but it's serious. We moved here together from New York, and that's been like an incredible journey together to do.
She's in studio.
She is in
We're
studio.
making eye contact.
Yeah, I keep looking over there at her for like bachelor names that I can't remember.
She has a
she's like,
whiteboard.
yeah,
and
she's
she's sign
languaging me.
Have you always
They've
been
got
a
a
big fan
language.
of the Bachelor franchise? Okay.
She has.
Yeah.
You got Franklin into it. Is that why you guys watched it on your first date?
I was into it before her actually, and
Oh.
she so how it goes was that she slid into my DMs.
Same.
Whatever. Oh,
I
nice.
slid in this.
Nice.
Okay.
Girl boss.
What did she
Girl
say?
boss.
What did she say?
You want to be best friends or like want to hang out? And then we just
That's cute.
started talking, and she was like, "What are you doing today?" And I was like, "Oh,
Writing music for no one to listen.
yeah, exactly." I said, "I'm just getting ready to watch Bachelorette," and she goes, "No, you're lying." And I was like, "No, I'm about. I mean, I'm just like a dude in New York. Like, you don't expect like, just a guy or whatever."
That's that shows confidence
Yeah,
to just be like, I'm about to go watch The Bachelorette by myself.
I've found that it is only a positive reaction in my experience
Yeah.
prior to you, Anna, dating. It was only
so it was a
positive.
move. It was a lie.
No. Okay, well. Let's get back to the story of how I felt. We're talking about today, guys.
And I apologize.
No, yeah. So and then she said, I forget who invited it over first, but we just said let's watch it together, and then the rest was history.
Who was the Bachelorette?
It was Katie.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Katie.
It was Katie. Classic season, classic vibes. And then a year later, after I had written this song, including the lyric about Bachelor. The lyric is Bachelor didn't air on Monday. Whatever will we do? Now I got it.
Wow, that's a strong line.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
not
you.
just like we love a rose.
Yeah.
Like, that is full
No,
on.
it's
Name
specific.
drops.
It is niche.
He's
it
good
is
at
a
writing
niche
music, yeah.
thing. And then a year later, I was hosting a show after Bachelorette, and we got to watch the next Bachelorette season with my show coming on afterwards, Claim to Fame.
Wow.
How strange and serendipitous is that?
kind of iconic.
Serendipitous. I love that movie.
It's a good movie.
Good movie.
It's a good classic.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, little John Cusack for you. Do we have any more questions for Kevin and Franklin?
I have something for Kevin. I met you 2019 because Sarah opened up for you at Madison Square Garden with, blanking on his name, Dr. Phil's son.
Jordan McGraw.
Jordan
yeah,
McGraw. Yeah. And then Sarah opened up, and then we all went to a sports bar, and y'all were eating chicken wings. And I have a picture of you and Wells eating chicken wings after the show.
There
Love
you
it.
go.
Whoa.
Yeah, Sarah and Wells are amazing, and I felt so bad we couldn't make it to the wedding, but it was like, yeah, thanks for the invite, guys. By the way, appreciate it, Nick. Yeah.
Would you have come?
Nick wakes up
Would
from
you
the
have
couch. Would you
come?
I
have
would have
come?
come.
We'll do it again.
Anna, would you have come?
No, she definitely would have come.
No, that's right. It's good to see you again. Yeah, no, that was it was the Madison Square Garden shows on the Happiness Begins tour. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
so fun.
Yeah,
It was great.
Wells and Sarah's wedding was
What did
fun.
she say?
It was
She just
fun.
said she's never been to a wedding.
Oh,
Is that
she's never
you?
been to a wedding. She's
Oh,
going to her first
wow.
wedding to Nick and Katie's wedding this year.
Oh my gosh.
You guys would have been her first wedding, but whatever, it's
Aw,
fine.
we
Drop the
fucked
ball
up.
again, Nick
Let's
and
do it
Natalie.
again.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Let's spend
Just
the
for Anna.
money.
It could just be a
Let's do it
private,
again.
a little 4-person ceremony.
Yeah, we'll renew
Hell
our vows
yeah.
next week or something.
Hell yeah.
Hell
I got
yeah.
a backyard.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much for taking the time and coming and letting us hang out with you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys. The show is Claim to Fame. It's on Hulu and ABC. So make sure you have ABC, but
Wednesday nights,
Wednesday nights.
9
It's great.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So check it out. Also check out Franklin's music. It's available on Spotify.
Also, check out Jonas Brothers.
Yeah, check out the Jonas Brothers.
They're
yeah,
pretty
if you
cool.
haven't heard of
Never
them. If you're, yeah, they're pretty
Indeed.
cool. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
They got some hits.
Yeah, where's your
All
next? Where's your next? Are you guys sold out? Are we still selling tickets for the tour? You're probably good.
Nick's like, can my audience help you fill some seats?
Yeah.
Anything we can do to help, Kev? You
Are there any tickets? Yeah.
You're probably good.
Yeah.
Hello, you're probably good.
You're probably good.
Yeah. Don't need the help.
Well, you guys should come to the next show. Next time we're in the town, you guys got to come.
We would
Please.
absolutely love to. We would be honored.
We'll travel. We'll come to we won't come
Yeah.
to Calgary, but
Calgary's tight, dude.
I've been to Calgary.
Calgary is
Calgary
like
rules. Did you ever go to the Stampede? Have you ever been to the Stampede, Nick? Guys?
I don't think so. Is it a bar?
Go next
No,
year.
it's like a
unbelievable.
rodeo.
No, the
rodeo.
Calgary Stampede is like the 2-week long like music festival that goes on in Calgary, and it's like if Stagecoach and South by had like a crazy Canadian baby and just took over the city. It's unbelievably
I've
fun.
always wanted a crazy Canadian baby.
same. That's awesome. Who is y'all's favorite artist?
Yeah.
Quick, before y'all
Like musical artists?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's
Not the Jonas Brothers.
Probably. I mean, I honestly, I've listened to their music more than I've listened to anyone else's music.
What a supportive
I mean, that'd be hard. I mean, I could say a lot. Oh, right now McGee's pretty up there. New Claro
He's
album's
amazing.
amazing. I've always been like Claro's like my top 3. I'd say number 1 is probably gonna be Radiohead. I'm like an emo college boy.
Okay.
So
Radiohead.
Wow.
yeah,
Who's your inspiration, Kevin? Who's your big?
number 1 guitar
I think just all
inspiration.
the way down the line, just musically to touring to just fun. Like Coldplay always still just like
Coldplay.
stands out as
Yeah.
like the one.
I went to a
Yeah.
Coldplay concert on crutches once.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Grow up.
Worth it.
walk it off.
Anyone on crutches as an adult needs to grow
Have you
up.
ever been starstruck, Kevin?
Yeah. When I was younger, I saw John Mayer, who like I idolized to like learn a lot of
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
early
yeah.
guitars that I did. It was, we're talking 22 years ago. And this is like Room for Squares, 3x5, all of those kinds of songs. And like, I think like Daughters was just about to come out. But all of those songs, saw him at some industry event, didn't say hello. And I regretted it so hard that I actually said to myself, okay, make a pact with yourself that if you ever want to talk to somebody, just walk right up and talk to them. And I did that for the rest of my career. So thank you, John Mayer, for giving me the confidence to talk to random strangers.
That's what I say to Nick. When we saw Drew Barrymore at an event, I said, you have to go talk to her.
I was very nervous and awkward. Yeah.
Drew is
I think she gave me a fake
the
number.
sweetest.
Yeah.
She did give him her phone
Whoa.
number, but I don't think
Whoa.
ever responded.
Yeah. Never responded.
Fake out.
He is like the
It's like, it's
sweetest.
911.
It's unbelievably. She's just so incredible.
Oh, she was so sweet. Yeah. I think she just thought I was a fan. I mean, I am a fan, but
No,
like,
no, yeah. Not
Yeah.
the host.
So we
anyways,
know what you mean.
Franklin, Kevin, we really appreciate you taking the time and talking with us. Go watch Claim to Fame. It's a great show. Best of luck. Go check out the
Thank
Jonas
you.
Brothers on tour if you're in the area.
They
And
need it. They need to
They,
sell
need,
those
they need
seats.
all the help they can get. Yeah, absolutely. We're here to save the Jonas
It's been
Brothers.
a hard year for them.
All right,
Thanks,
See you
guys.
later,
Thanks for
guys.
having us,
Yeah,
guys.
bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, Kevin.
Bye, guys.
This show is brought to you by Built Rewards. Listen up, renters. Ever feel like you're stuck in this loop of rent payments, just watching your money vanish into thin air? It's time to turn the rent game around and start earning some serious rewards. That's where Built Rewards comes in. Built is breaking ground as the first rewards program that hooks you up with points on your rent.
Even if you're still rocking the old school rent check vibes, Built Rewards has got your back. They'll mail the check for you. It's like having a personal rent paying assistant. Every month, pay your rent and watch the Built points roll in. Use points to jet off on a dream vacation. Put your points towards a flight or hotel stay with 500 plus airlines and 700,000 plus hotels and properties. Or even use your points to sweat it out. Redeem your points to book fitness studio classes. You can also use your points toward a future rent payment or towards a future down payment on a home. Pay rent hassle-free through the Built Rewards app. Your rent game just got a major upgrade.
Built points have been consistently ranked as the highest value point currency by Points Guy and Bankrate. Earn points by paying rent right now when you go to joinbuilt.com/VIALL. That is joinbuilt.com/VIALL. Make sure you use our URL so they know we sent you. Again, that's joinbuilt.com/VIALL to start earning points with your rent payments today.
IQBAR, it's absolutely the best protein bar out there. I was hungry this morning, busted out one of their plant protein packed, absolutely delicious bars, and bam, my hunger was gone. Start each day right with IQBAR's brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees. Their ultimate sampler pack includes all 3. Get 7 IQBAR flavors, 4 IQ mix flavors, and 4 IQ Joe flavors. And today, our listeners get an exclusive offer of 20% off plus free shipping. Just text FILES, FILES, to 64,000.
Whether you're running a marathon or running errands, IQBAR empowers doers with their superior brain and body nutrition. Their plant protein bars are packed with high-quality ingredients to keep you physically and mentally fit. IQ bars are vegan, gluten-free, and low in sugar and carbs. It's truly an amazing snack. We know how hard it is to eat healthy when you're on the go, when you're super busy, and we hate having to go to those fast food options. And many times those other like so-called healthy bars and things like that are just packed with a bunch of stuff that is in fact not good for you. And the best part about IQBAR is they're great tasting. You no longer have to choose between like taste and health, not with IQBAR.
Their IQ Mix is a zero sugar drink mix that hydrates with electrolytes, improves mood with magnesium, and boosts clarity with lion's mane adaptogen. On top of these benefits, each flavor is tasty and refreshing.
They got some amazing flavors like their chocolate sea salt, peanut butter chip, wild blueberry, and more. It's all absolutely delicious. Refuel smarter with IQBAR's ultimate sampler pack. That's 7 IQ bars, 4 IQ mix sticks, and 4 IQ Joe sticks. And now, our special podcast listeners get 20% off all IQBAR products, plus get free shipping. To get your 20% off, just text FILES, that's FILES, to 64,000. Get your discount. That's right, text FILES, FILES, to 64,000. That's FILES to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details. Well, how about that, Franklin and Kevin? Sweet guys. The Jonas Brothers are really just a wholesome family.
Truly.
I really just, when you meet people who have been famous for so long and they just seem so normal,
Mm-hmm.
it's always like very endearing. Well, we've all met a lot of weird celebrities. They just don't act normal.
Yeah.
And they're a very normal family, very charming. We love them.
I did have like a jump scare when I saw Kevin pop up on the Zoom screen here. Just because
as
like
a
the
fan?
Jonas Brothers were like the thing when I was in high school. Like they still are amazing,
Still
but like
pretty
when I was in high school, like we had their posters on our lockers.
Were you ever a big Jonas Brothers fan?
For sure. I was like, I think them on Camp Rock was fanny flutters for us all.
Mhm.
But Nick was,
Nick
I think
was the heartthrob.
Nick was definitely the heartthrob. I feel like as we get older, we realize that like Kevin and Joe were probably more the heartthrobs, but I think
Why do we realize that?
I think we just get older and we, like
Our tastes mature.
yeah.
I think they're all really good looking.
I was going to say, too, I feel like age-wise, you're like, Nick is closer to age, like, Joe is like the, like, hot older brother that's, like, fun to fantasize about, but, like, probably won't happen. And then you think Kevin's, like, so much older. And then, like,
I always thought that Joe was the younger of the Jonas.
He's the
youngest-
middle.
He's the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Speaking of people we love, everyone loved Brett on the Viall Files this week, and it made the "why did he go home week 1" question even more confusing for me. He
Yeah.
had so much fun with us. He played around. He
Yeah.
joked around. He seemed like a good time. Didn't take himself too seriously. Like he seemed like he would be willing to like talk about stuff, not freeze up on camera. It's just like, why did they cast this guy if they were just going to send him home night 1? He was so much fun. I don't understand.
I loved him.
I don't get it either. He definitely, I feel like he could have changed the show in a great way. Like, I feel like we usually don't see a lot of humor or lightheartedness within the guys. And I feel like he could have.
Yeah, it's
Change
just
that.
it doesn't. I haven't asked the producer or any producer why, but there's got to be a reason. He stood out.
Yeah. And it's a shame he didn't get to share his Monopoly story with Jen.
Well, he shared it with us. If
Yeah.
you haven't heard it, it's a very sad story. I think one that's very relatable.
Mhm.
And so if you haven't listened to Tuesday's episode of Reality Recap, just bring the tissues is all I'm going to say when it comes to Brett.
It was very deep.
Yeah. All right, Love Island USA time. The Heartbeat Challenge is the best challenge.
You
of the
you liked
season.
it better than Hobby Horse?
I thought it was hilarious. They did the Hobby Horse Challenge only because of the Hobby Horse girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a real thing.
It really.
Do you think it's a real sport?
I think so because I've seen that there's conventions that like multiple
There
people
are.
will
It's
go
a
to
real
compete.
thing.
Yeah.
Do you think they should do one of my favorite movies, Best in Show,
Yes.
which is like a documentary style movie of the world that is dog show people.
Mm.
And I feel like hobby horse people are like of the same ilk. And I would love to see a Best in
Yeah.
Show version of the hobby horse community.
Do you think hobby horse is an athletic sport?
Well, clearly it takes some athleticism.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you saying you want them to like dress up their horses better and like make it like a Best in Show type thing where like their horse?
I mean, in terms of like the Best in Show movie, I want the,
You're
Like
saying
a-
there's
like a
comedic
judge.
purpose of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. But I mean, is it a sport? I mean, if you're competing, what defines a sport versus an,
I think it's athletic ability. They're hopping over
We
hurdles.
clearly
And
have
Oh, for
to-
sure.
yeah,
And
you clearly
Cordell and
have to-
Serena crushed it. in the
Everything
competition.
Cordell and Serena touch is hilarious. I mean, like when he brought that lisp to that heartbeat
Oh,
challenge,
My God.
I was crying.
It was
It
so
was
good.
so
He got everyone's
fucking
heart rate up.
funny.
Ladies always talk about like, I love a guy who makes me laugh. And Cordell, he had the most hearts racing.
No
and
one's
I
done
think it's
that.
because he was making them laugh. Like the laughter part probably raised the heart rate. You know, obviously he looked great. He was sexy and blah, blah, blah. But it's fascinating how it really is the laughter that gets your heart racing the most.
I
Does-
also love that he's like a dancer. Like he's
Yeah.
a really good dancer too. So it's like he didn't have to play on that, and the fact that he used his comedy as like what actually sucked everyone in. We're like, he's amazing. I'm sorry.
Does this challenge exist every season?
yes.
Yes.
It's doing too much.
No.
It's doing too much. Like maybe I'm not conservative, but I was like, they're grinding on each other in front of their partners. Like in my head, I was like, none of y'all actually love each other.
Every
No,
season.
why is no one talking about the fact that Daniela kissed Cordell?
Cordell.
That's
I
the
thought
thing.
that was
Yeah.
out of line.
She was the only fucking one who did it. And Serena wasn't even like, she just said, did she just kiss him? Like, it wasn't even a conversation. It wasn't even like, Danielle, what the fuck are you doing?
Nobody cares. Yeah.
That was bizarre to me.
Yeah, and then on her exit, which we'll get to talk to Daniela later in this episode, she did like apologize to Aaron, which was, I thought, a little confusing.
She apologized to both of them.
It,
Aaron
it
and
seemed more
Kayla.
directed towards Aaron, which I thought was a little weird.
For kissing them? I don't
No,
remember
just
that.
for like, you know,
Getting
coming in
involved.
between Aaron and Kayla.
Oh, when she left, right? Yeah.
All I have to say is this heart rate challenge, Leah and Rob,
She said,
come
you still
on.
have the hots for me.
I will
Come
say,
on.
I will say, Leah, you when you first brought up the possibility of Leah and Rob getting back together, I thought you were nuts. And clearly, it seems like the producers are at least
Teasing.
they're entertaining the idea, which is kind of fascinating because like all the conversations about Leah and Rob possibly getting together, like what's so great about this show is this is all going on in real time, and Leah and Rob probably have no idea if like fans are sipping them or not, if there's like this.
Well, I think that the producers are definitely trying to get Leah and Rob back together.
I think they want I think they want them to at least consider it. Yeah,
Between
because that's the finale is this weekend.
Mhm.
That's like the last potential like storyline that could happen that we would give a shit about, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also, so in the heart rate challenge, obviously Leah takes his temperature and says, I think Rob still has the hots for me. And then he like the way he looks at her is just like the way that you look at someone when you're in love. And then she moved on and you see Aaron mouth to Rob. He mouths, you were made for each other.
I saw that.
What did Rob do?
He kind of like looked
He's
at
like,
him
"What?"
like, what?
Wait, no. And who was the person that made a comment about Leah that was like, Leah still has like feelings for him?
Well, Janae
Aaron-
and Serena were talking to
Well, all the
Leah about it.
girls-
And then also Aaron and Rob had a conversation
Yeah.
about
Well,
it.
and Leah's never like hid her attraction towards Rob. It was Rob who left Leah and kind of gave, I said I don't trust you, fucking around with her, and kind of it
He
seemed
said
like,
the chemistry wasn't there.
yeah. So we never denied Leah's interest in Rob. It's just more like to me it wouldn't make sense for Rob to all of a sudden act as if he's in a relationship with Leah. I don't say I've come around on Rob. I've liked Rob for a really long time now. But like, yeah, he really has surprised me. I think what I like most about Rob, and I say the same thing with Miguel, it's like Rob doesn't seem like he has to be dishonest or lead people on with his feelings. He can be very direct, and like he seems like he's a very considerate person when it comes to dating. I don't feel like it's an act. I think there's so many guys like a la Aaron who think they're, supposed to act like they're falling in love or play the role of a boyfriend, only to like be like, my feelings have changed and really fuck with people's emotions. And Rob really has been consistent with like, he might come across as aloof or hard to get to know, or maybe at times, standoffish, but he won't lead you on. He won't fuck with you, and he will have the tough conversations as soon as he's not feeling it. And sadly, I don't think a lot of guys are like that. And I feel like Rob is. And
What did you think about Daniela's reaction to Rob being honest about their relationship?
human. I think it was, I think it's,
Because
what do you mean?
she said that, because he said, if I was you, I'd want to know, right? And she said, no, actually, ignorance is bliss, and I'd rather just kind of keep it the way it is here. And then,
Well,
I mean,
think
that
about the
definitely makes it
future
seem
later.
like she's there just for the show.
yeah, it gave, I don't want to leave Love Island, and let's just like keep this thing going until the end.
And then we can never talk again once we get out.
I don't
Right.
fault her for that. Like, I didn't take it as like, oh, I'm just here for TV. Everyone there is having a good time. Everyone there is bonding. It's like summer camp for adults. It's truly a once in a lifetime experience. So I don't fault anyone for not wanting to go home. And she's, to me, I took it more. It's just like, I don't know. I'm not overthinking it. Who know? He lives in Alabama. She lives in Miami. Like, there's a lot of reasons why none of these people are going to work out. And she's just like, please don't break up with me on national television,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, a human response. I don't think it's that Machiavellian. I don't think she was like, I don't care about you, and I just want the followers and the fame. I really believe that she felt embarrassed.
I'm
So-
curious to see what she has to say later.
Well, we left this episode like the Kayla and Aaron and Cordell and Serena and Nicole and Kendall all get family videos, but Kayla's mom spoke.
Yes.
She posted, where is this? Is this what, on Instagram, Facebook?
I don't actually know where she posted it.
It looks like a
Face-
screenshot
It looks
from
like-
Facebook.
It looks
This is
like
Facebook,
Facebook.
yeah.
But what does
But
she have to? I think this is interesting. And as a Love Island expert, are the parents' messages, because again this is filmed in real time, are they always positive, or sometimes is this family's opportunity to reach out and say, be careful
Well,
and warn?
In the UK version, at least, the people, like when they get to the end, their parents and family members come to the villa. So it's like an in-person and everybody gets it. It's not a competition where it's like who wins a video call. It's
Gotcha.
like everybody's family comes. And there have been times where like the family sees,
different
somebody,
side.
a different side. They're watching the whole show live. And so they're coming and they're being like, what the fuck? And they have a conversation about it.
I mean, I'm curious to know what Kayla's mom is responding to, but
Let's just read it
someone
quick.
she said,
let's read
I'm going to try to say this with grace. I think Aaron has a great personality, and I'm grateful for the fun times they have together during this experience. But once Kayla sees the show, there will be no consideration for a relationship. Friendship, yes. Relationship, hell no. Kayla is not as weak as the show makes her look. She doesn't take any shit, excuse my language, from anyone, especially not a male. She demands respect, and if they don't show respect, she's easily done. That's why I have to pick my jaw off the floor when watching the show. She has never swore in front of my husband or I, and therefore we had to get adjusted to her F-bombs while simultaneously watch her pain and him not give a shit.
That's a seething. I mean that we haven't heard our daughter swear before, and she's iconically known for the fuck, Karen. To me, that's just more like I think maybe you don't know your daughter as well as you think you might. Which is I mean, listen,
She's
I
22.
didn't swear around my parents.
Yeah.
And I have a sailor mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, so knowing that is a surprise that Kayla swears. Do you think Mama Kayla knows her daughter well enough that she in fact will break up with Aaron when she sees this stuff? Clearly, Mama Kayla has an opinion. She's gonna almost certainly be like, you can't. She probably will. I'm guessing she'll tell her daughter that she looks foolish staying with him.
Or like something like even like more insidious, like I just don't recognize you while I'm watching you.
Yeah.
Like this isn't you. Like I feel like when parents say things like that, you're like, who am I as
Well,
a person?
If I'm Aaron, I'm throwing this challenge. Like, why did he want to win this?
Because he wants to see his family.
Yeah.
He doesn't think about other people.
I don't
my
think Aaron
God.
is a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a sinister thing. I actually thought this was maybe his best episode last episode. Kayla was very upset that they, were in the bottom of the fan voting for
Mhm.
relationship, and she was obviously thrown off by it, like trying to get in her head, why don't people like us and things like that. And Aaron was like, yeah, it's my fault. It's because of the shit I did. I've made
They're
Kaylor
mad
look
at me.
bad.
Yeah.
You know, it's not her fault. And honestly, that was the most self-awareness he seemed to have shown all season. And honestly, for the first time in a few episodes, I was like, you know what? Good for him. You know, I was really, it gave me the slightest bit of hope that maybe there's an adult in there.
Well, because he's so self-aware, that's why I'm thinking, like, why would he want Kaylor's family to send a video message?
He's not thinking about Kaylor.
He thought about himself.
He's thinking about himself seeing his family.
I think honestly in that moment that is all you would think about.
Yeah, you're not being like, oh, I'm going to get exposed or her parents have been watching the whole time.
Yeah, I don't. I really don't think. I mean, because to that point, like Aaron knows that in a few days this is all going to end,
Right.
right? And people are going to whatever he thinks Kaylor doesn't know. He must know that they're all going to find out. I really think Aaron, it doesn't register. His actions don't register. I think it's been mostly a lack of self-awareness. I don't think he's demonstrated much self-awareness at all. I think last episode, that was the surprise. It was like, oh, okay, well, maybe there's a little bit of reflection there, but I don't think he thinks it's all that bad.
Yeah, maybe not.
But I think it would be amazing. I want either Nicole, I actually have softened on Nicole and Kendall. They actually seem pretty fucking compatible. They don't think, I don't know if it's they're not being shown, we're not being shown that as much.
I agree with you. Also, they named my 2 favorite movies. Like,
I mean,
their
that's like
favorite movies.
But that's also the most like common favorite movies. I mean, like to
Shawshank.
say Shawshank Redemption
And Good Will Hunting.
and Good Will Hunting. Yeah, they're both just like
Yeah,
they are great movies.
They got
like
good
I don't.
and basic movie choices.
Yeah.
I would pick those as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. I do think her saying "you're everything to me" in bed when like cameras aren't on. I think maybe like it felt like mics were off. Maybe that like somehow got picked up by something, but that felt extremely genuine. And
Yeah, I don't doubt Aaron likes Kaylor. I don't doubt he cares about her. I don't even doubt that he is going to give what he thinks is his best effort to make this relationship work in the real world. I just don't think there's a chance in hell when he flies back home and he's single, well, not single, but famous, that he's going to have what it takes to make a relationship like that work.
Yeah, I mean, Kaylor's already imagining their life outside of the villa because she has this whole plan to expose him to Trader Joe's frozen yogurt and pretzels, which made me wonder what's the one thing that we would want to expose a non-American to if they came here. Natalie's is Chick-fil-A.
no, I told y'all I've moved on. It wasn't as good. Maybe it's just better in the South. You know, LA's not doing it right. What would I probably like? Sweet tea, boiled peanuts, fried okra.
What about you, Nick?
Well, I was going to say Din Tai Fung.
Merck's spread cheese on Ritz crackers.
Oh, wait, cheese? What kind of cheese?
Merck's.
It's called Merck's. It's like it's terrible. It's not even real cheese.
Is it like Cheese Whiz?
In a plastic tub.
I feel like all the things you just named, Natalie, I've never even tried, though.
Yeah, that is like more of a Southern thing, I guess. You've had sweet tea, no? Never had sweet tea?
I've had sweet tea.
You
I
hate
love
it. Okay. Well,
No,
boiled
it's
peanuts?
okay. No, I want to try.
Did you have boiled peanuts at the wedding?
Of course I did.
Did you love them?
I loved them.
Did you try the fried okra?
I was actually quite jealous that your mom brought peanuts to the lake or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. Back to Viall Files.
I know. Truly, next time, now that I know my mom can do that, every time she comes out to visit, I'm going to make her bring boiled peanuts. Well, you have to get the peanuts. You can't find those type of peanuts here. Yeah. You have to get raw peanuts.
Travesty.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, Kaylor is imagining, I think she has full intentions on being with him outside of the villa.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's the reality TV show I want to watch is the conversation. Yes, mom and Kaylor sitting down and her convincing Kaylor that this is not your guy. And I just feel like she's going to be very resistant to that.
Now if she sits her down and starts at episode 12.
Well, I wonder if she doesn't like seeing her daughter cursing on TV, what she thought about the heart rate challenge. Who are your favorites?
Oh, Miguel with the hand in the
The
fire
hand in
on
the
the
frame
throat.
was
That was wild.
Ridiculous. That way
That was crazy.
The moment. He knew exactly what he was doing. Do you think he's a stripper?
Miguel?
I don't know, but I hate his devil tattoo in the middle, and that made all the sense to me. All of a sudden, I was like, all right, let's do it.
Like, I would
hand in
never
the
have thought
fire
of that.
thing?
It was like genius.
Did y'all see Cassie go to Harrison and then be like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love
they
you.
have. What's the drama with them?
They were both on last season. I can't remember who Harrison was with. I don't remember there being drama between them, but maybe after, because she
Mm.
dated the guy that she won.
Something's
with.
up though, because
She
I saw
won.
that too. She like skipped.
They
him.
might just be like too good of friends,
Or, like,
to like have
intertwined.
some. Yeah, she might be like, "This, I'm just not gonna like twerk on you." Like
We could have dated her friend after the show.
Yeah,
But
but I
it-
did find that interesting.
It was amazing when she walked in and like all the women at first were like, they're all laughing, they're all grinding on each other's men.
They're like,
they're
"We did
making
it."
Out, it's whatever, we did it. And then Cassie walks in and they were like, fuck this chick.
Plot twist.
Yeah.
They do this a lot during the heart rate challenge. They bring in a bombshell, and the
Yeah.
first thing they have to do is this.
Well, and Aaron obviously watches the show and everything because he goes, "They're bringing in a bombshell. They're bringing it," and he's like, "It's Cassie," and I was like, "How would you know?"
Oh yeah, he
Oh yeah, he's big
Like,
big fan, big fan.
Big
Aaron-
fan.
Aaron has done his homework big time.
I didn't like his reaction though when Rob was saved and Harrison had to go home. He was just like
Too much.
too much about it. I was
Yeah.
like, that there are 3 people going home, and you're like,
You're saying for Rob.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he hugged Daniela and just walked off. Like, didn't say anything to Harrison or Sierra.
No. Talking about Aaron's like reaction to Rob getting to
Aaron.
stay. He
Yeah.
was like, yes, like jumping up on the couch.
while 3 people are going home,
Yeah.
including one of the women who he brought on
Which
the
again, it
scene.
just
Essentially,
speaks to the lack of seriousness. Again, I think he's well intentioned, but like incapable of being in the type of relationship he thinks he is. And at this stage of the game, let your boys go home.
Mhm.
You'll call them up later. There's
Mhm.
literally less than a week of filming left. And for him to get that excited when ultimately all he really needs to be doing is focusing on Kayla and making sure like she's happy and there's something there. And it's just like, it's not, even when she even said to him, you're more happy that Rob stayed than we didn't get kicked off.
Yeah.
And Aaron was like, yeah, like he was honest about that.
If Aaron and Kayla got kicked off, I just would if Rob would have. I feel like Rob would have been like, "All right, man, see you later." Like, you know what I mean? And Aaron's over here like ready to like sob or like jump off the couch whether he's staying or going. And I don't think Rob would have that big of a reaction.
I don't
I don't think
I
Rob
think-
has big reactions.
I don't think Rob and Aaron are going to be that close of friends a year from now.
It did make me wonder, like, after they leave the villa, who's DMing who first? Because I
Texting.
feel like, or texting. But
Yeah.
I feel like Aaron cares more about Rob than Rob does Aaron, right?
Well, I don't. Yeah, I think Rob I think Rob. He seems like a really sincere guy.
Yeah.
He really does. But I think for whatever reason, Aaron has bonded with Rob more than like. I don't think Rob needs that friendship as much as Aaron.
No.
I also
feels like he
think
needs
Rob
that
has
friendship.
like his own situation, like at home. I don't know
Yeah.
if you looked at social media and whatnot with his family, very tight knit. That I'm like, and Aaron's making a career out of reality TV shows. So I'm also like, I feel like Aaron will be on another show in the next couple of months, and Rob will be here, happy, successful,
Yeah.
enough.
in his house with vintage art.
You know, it sounds really cute. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
With Leah on the couch.
Yes.
Fingers crossed.
This is our fantasy.
Who do you think is going to win?
Serena and Cordell.
Unless
Or Janae and Kenny.
Janae and Kenny.
Unless
Leah and Rob get back together, and then they're gonna win.
Well, I don't think the game that they played recently did any favors for Janae and Kenny.
No, because Kenny's heart didn't.
Well, not only that, no, I'm talking about the what are they
Mr.
called?
and Mrs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the match game or
Yeah, but all their questions were like based around everyone else, weren't they?
from
it was
what
like,
they
who do you
saw-
think
But yeah, those
is-
were shady
I
questions.
thought, yeah, I was like, who wrote these questions?
Who's the
this is not
annoying
who knows each
person?
other the most.
Yeah.
It's like throw your partner under the bus. Who do you think is the most annoying castmate in
well,
the
I'm
house?
glad it went there because that
It
made
definitely
way
would have
more
been
fun.
boring, yeah, if it was just like, what's your favorite movie? But
But I feel like Mr. and Mrs. should be like you two knowing each other,
Yeah,
not
agreed.
like how much shit have you talked in this house.
But I think knowing each other is also knowing like who each other would hate.
If I said some shit to my partner and we're playing a game like that and my partner goes, she said this one, I would be like, fuck you, bro. Sorry.
That's a good point.
You know
That
what
is
I
a
mean?
good
I'm like,
point.
you're throwing you're being forced to throw your partner under the bus about what their negative opinions about other people are. Not about like, oh, what's your biggest pet peeve about him? It's, oh, I can't stand Kayla. She's the most annoying. Like, cool. Started drama for no reason.
Do you think even if Rob was like wants to consider Leah, I don't think Rob at least gives the vibe that he doesn't give a shit really about the money. He's happy to go home. How much money is it, by the way?
100,000 split between two.
Split between the two.
It's not insignificant, but I think
Definitely
that
not
he gave up on
insignificant.
his winning Love Island a long time ago.
Yeah, and so he's clearly close with the boys. I just like, and not that I think that Miguel would be all that devastated, but like that's the thing where it's just like I don't really understand. Like we heard from Liv that Miguel and Leah have a pretty great relationship, and I know she was kind of toying with the idea, and the girls like are like trying to convince her, but I don't know. I don't see like Rob being all that willing to get messy for her. I could be. I mean, maybe I'll be wrong.
I think it's also going to depend on like what happens with Cassie because she's new and could talk to Miguel. They could have a connection.
No, I don't see that happening at all. I think she's gonna stick with Rob. She knows Rob. Like, I don't think they're gonna win, but I think they're gonna, hold out as long as they can. I don't think Cassie's gonna go for any other man.
Yeah, I'm not seeing. I don't know. I listen. It'd be fun to be wrong because obviously that would be at least an intriguing storyline. I'll be pissed if they win though.
Rob and Leah.
Yeah, it's just to me that would like make it would lower the meaning of like there's already the only criticism I have of Love Island is those low stakes. There's no like, yeah, get together, don't get together. There's engagement, marriage, things like that, where it's just like, holy shit, these people are really all in. Like we finally got to the whole like, oh, they're still falling in love in Love Island, just like they do in Bachelor Nation, where it's just like, okay, like I honestly, when they started saying that, when Cordell and Kendall like had that conversation, I was like, oh yeah, we really haven't heard that word, like love. You have Serena rather, saying to Cordell, like, I don't even want to like call each other boyfriend and girlfriend. I want us to save that for the real world.
Mm-hmm.
And which makes total sense and totally respect that. But for the sake of the show, it just makes how you kind of leave inconsequential. And so if Rob and Leah, after like not being together since the very beginning, and Rob, like Aaron said, is on like his 7th relationship, it's just like if they win, it's just like then that makes the winner that much more. It's a popularity contest because it's like two good-looking people, not because of a connection or anything like that. And it would just take away the meaning of winning when there's already very little meaning already. And that's why I hope it doesn't happen.
But that's because you don't think they like each other.
If they liked each other, they would. Why aren't they together? Why do we have to have producers make it a thing? We're freaking out Leia's freaking out because like Leah's just like, you still have the like these little one-liners, and there's a couple conversations, but in reality, there's not like, what is there between them? What has Rob done to show any like regret when it comes to his decision? Andrea's been gone forever. We forgot she exists.
I don't know.
Well, maybe we'll get some answers from Daniela, who joins us next, who recently just left and would love to know why she apologized to Aaron more than Kaylor. And does she think there's any hope for Leah and Rob? We'll see.
Hello.
Hello, Daniela. How's it going?
Doing well.
Welcome to the Viall Files. Are you still in Fiji?
Yeah. I haven't been able to watch anything yet or see anything or have my phone.
No, you don't have your phone back yet. So you're kind of still like in the villa.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Basically.
So I guess like maybe the first question is like, what was this experience like for you? Like net positive, net negative, like overall, what is your takeaway as you talk with us in this moment?
I didn't find love, but that's okay. I think I'm deserving of love, and I learned a lot about myself, and I'm growing from this experience still, even coming out of it.
For sure. How surprised were you when Rob kind of gave you the 411 that he wasn't feeling it?
I had a feeling. It was a little weird, honestly. A week feels like a month in there, and you share the same bed with somebody, you talk to them for hours. You only see like clips of conversations that at most like 5 to 10 minutes. And there's a lot of conversations me and Rob had, and a lot of things that he did that definitely didn't show.
Like what?
That same night, I was tired. It gets really draining in there. And he was like, oh, like, wow, you're not going to keep me up tonight and like yap. And I was like, unless you want me to. He's like, yeah, of course. And he was telling me how he loves seeing me without makeup, and how he loves seeing my freckles, how he loves my brown eyes. We talked about our family for like an hour, and we were getting like intimate. And
when you say intimate, what are we saying here?
Sex? No, we never did anything like that. But
right. How many bases? Like what base are we rounding?
Second base.
Okay, second base. All right.
And I feel like I wasn't trying to do much either, because obviously we're national television.
For sure.
And I'm not like that either. But and then like the day before, he got me a bunch of seashells from the beach and it's like, here because you're a mermaid. And like the day before that, he like got me like we were in Soul Ties and like he made me a bracelet out of the pillows from Soul Ties or an anklet. I mean, he said he really liked me, but at the same time, like I know we're very different people and we are in very different like phases in our life. And I think the pressure also of having to have something out of the villa with all the new couples that are like progressing so much. And we talked about that too, that it's a little difficult to not feel the pressure of like having to move forward more and like having to move faster. And I think that definitely had something to do with it. And I know it did, and we talked about it. It's also confusing because the day that I left, he pulled me outside for a chat before I left, and he was like, I was kind of excited to go back to like the hotel and watch movies. I understand, but also to a certain point, I feel like I was a little just confused by like his actions and words. And
But I guess, do you feel like Rob led you on a little bit unfairly?
I don't want to say led on. I mean, I definitely felt a little bit like a pawn in their game. I felt a little powerless in there
When you say there, are you talking about Rob and Aaron or?
in the villa and with the boys. Yeah, I felt a little bit like a pawn in their game. And I felt a little powerless because I always felt like the ball was in their court.
Mhm.
I tried my best to be vulnerable and tried my best to be as genuine and open-hearted about every situation, everything that was happening in there. And I think that's the most I could have done.
Totally. You created a lot of waves with, coming in for Casa More with the villa, with Aaron. I thought it was interesting when you left, you really apologized to Aaron. That's how it came across. I don't know, and I was curious as to why you seemingly apologized more to Aaron than Kaylor, as if like, because from our standpoint, it seemed like Aaron was more responsible for what went down at Casa More than you. It's just like the bombshells. It's seemingly your job to figure out a way to get into the villa. So don't fault you at all for, doing what you have to do, pursue your relationship. At that point, you really didn't know Kaylor, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm wondering, why did you feel the need to apologize to Aaron in that moment, given like everything that happened?
Again, you only see little clips. I like had so many conversations with Kaylor. I never really got to have a conversation with Aaron just because out of respect from their relationship and like also with everything happening in there, you don't get to talk to everybody. And I wanted to kind of try and put that in the past, especially going like after being in the villa, which meant probably not the best idea to have a conversation with Aaron. Me and Kaylor had multiple conversations. And even though I know in my heart, like I didn't do anything wrong, it still sucks being in the middle of a relationship and almost feeling a little bit like collateral damage. I felt horrible just because like from my morals, and it sucked seeing their relationship and seeing them in the bottom, and it felt like it was partly my fault. It's not, that's not a great feeling at the end of the day. And I apologize to both of them. I don't know what you guys might have seen. I still don't know.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Aaron tried his best, and Aaron was open to the Casa experience, just like everybody else, and what you're supposed to do in there. And that's not real life. And I know he would never do that to Taylor in the real world. Like truly, Aaron is one of like the most genuine people I've ever met, and he has such great morals. And that's one of the things I did like about him, because we have very similar morals. And I hope he's not taking too much heat for it.
Well, we don't blame you at all. You have high things to say about Aaron, but we think like he's the one who should be responsible for his relationship with Kaylor, not you. Would you, knowing everything that went down between you and Aaron in Casa More, despite you having a lot of conversations with Kaylor, and you're not Kaylor, so maybe you guys make different choices for different reasons, but if you were Kaylor, knowing everything, because we don't even know everything that happened at Casa More, but you do, would you have taken him back so easily like Kaylor did?
At the end of the day, me and Kaylor are different people. Me and Aaron's relationship is very different. At the end of the day, I'm never going to understand their relationship because I'm not either of them. So I think that's a very big, important thing to think about. And I think Kaylor truly loves him. And I know Aaron truly loves her. And I know I think he tried to take the experience as much as possible. Did he maybe go a little fast? Of course. I can say that. But that's also kind of how things go in there, where things feel really fast paced no matter what. I've been at fault for taking a man back in the real world after he did me very wrong. So I would definitely obviously give him the benefit of the doubt and the chance to try and make it up, especially in a place like Casa Amor and in the villa where it's not the real world at the end of the day. And you are there to try and, you know, test your relationships. And he tested it and he realized
You did.
that Taylor is still the one.
If given the chance, like outside of what happened in the villa, just like based off of your experience at Casa, if you were given the choice, would you have stayed in a couple with Aaron or would you have paired up with Rob?
With Aaron going in there at least to Casa, that was the last person I was gonna talk to.
Yeah.
Whenever anyone asked me anything about it, I would always be like, oh no, like him and Aaron, like him and Kayla, they seem like they have a very strong connection. And also I didn't expect me and Aaron to have anything in common or like have really great conversations or anything. Going in there, like he pulled me for a chat like the first day and we both didn't think it was anything like that. It was more of like, oh, let's make the Casa girls feel comfortable. Let's have a conversation, this and that. And we ended up having a very deep and long conversation. And it was a really good conversation. He was very much a sweetheart. And I was like, wow, it took me by surprise, to say the least. And I had other conversations in there that day, and they were all very surface level, one including with Rob. I did have a conversation with Rob that day, and it was very surface level versus me and Aaron's conversation was very, very deep and like long. And I felt he felt for me for a lot of things, and I felt for him, and we had a lot of the same morals. So I think that's what kind of put us together. Also, him speaking Spanish definitely does like obviously helps. But and we're both very like one of our love languages are very much like physical touch, and we're both very lovey-dovey people and very energetic people.
Yeah, we saw.
And I feel like it was very easy with him. Like it was very easy to be comfortable around him.
Okay. Do you think he would have stayed with Aaron given the choice?
At that point, I just got into Casa. Like I was trying to be as like give it my 100%, give it my all, try to fight or like try and, you know, make the relationships work and see if there's anything actually there. Do I think there was actually anything there with Aaron? No, at the end of the day. I think we were meant to be friends, and I hope we can be friends for a very long time. But I think me and him at the end of the day are very different when it comes to how we would be in a relationship. I think the same thing with Rob though. I still do like Rob a lot. Like it's hard not to. He was definitely one of the people on like top of my list when I got in there. It's just like he makes me very nervous. Like going in there, I couldn't even look at him in the eyes.
Really? I mean, I get it.
Like the first day.
Those eyes are gorgeous.
The girls get it. I know the girls get it. He's a fine man. But with Rob, I never know what would have happened in the real world. You know what I mean? It's very different. It's such a different experience being in there versus like in the outside world. Do I think I would have ever talked to Rob in the outside world? No. But that's also because I'm a very nervous person, and I think I would have never had the guts to like actually talk to him.
Gotcha. Yeah. And definitely Rob doesn't seem the one who's very aggressive or approach. He definitely likes the ladies to come to him. What made you kiss Cordell during the heartbeat challenge? I think a lot of people were like, what the fuck? Like she's on her way out. If we're going to kiss anyone, we're going to like kiss Rob or whatever. But like the most taken man in the villa who already had his own drama. I don't want to get on Serena's bad side, but like all of a sudden you just laid one on him. Like what was that all about?
So to say the least, I was a wreck after like the conversation with Rob. And then we had to get ready for the heart rate challenge. I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? Like I literally just basically like, I'm single now in here. I was also the last one to be able to pick my outfit. And I'm not going to lie, I've never seen a ringleader in my life. Like I don't like, I think circuses are wrong. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like it was either that or like being a golden angel and like or like a couple other things. And thank God I didn't do that because Aaron was that. Like it was a lot of things. The heart rate challenge is not easy. You're going in there and you have to be like hot and sexy for all these men. It's very easy to black out up there. I had a couple things I wanted to do, and like we were obviously all the girls talked before, and we were trying to figure out what to do. And like being, I guess, like the ringleaders, like being the master and like taming them, whatever. So for Rob, they were like, oh, like you should smack him a little bit or whatever. I smacked him very hard.
They didn't show that.
It surprised me and it surprised him. And after that, I kind of just blacked out. I did not mean to hit you that hard. Like, I'm sorry. He didn't mind. Like, we talked about it. He was okay. But like after that, I think everything I had planned out the window. I was like, oh God. And I think after just kissing Rob, like, I don't know. I wish I knew. I think I was still blacked out. I was like, what did I just do? Like, I didn't mean to smack him that hard. I guess I just ended up kissing Cordell, and I was like, what did I just do? Serena didn't care. She was like, it's fine. Like, she didn't care at all. I mean, it was part of the heart rate challenge. So some of the girls were asking if we were gonna kiss anybody before then, regardless. And I didn't think I was gonna. It just happened. I think out of literally feel like blacking out after doing that.
Gotcha.
And before I left, I told Cordell, like, sorry, because I don't know where that came from.
All right, so we're going to blade on the nerves. We just have one more question, and that is, when you come in as a bombshell, are you given the option to watch the shows? Are you required, like, or is it kind of up to you how much you want to prep yourself or be aware of like what's been going on in the villa?
So, I mean, I came in as Casa. You don't get to pick where you come in. They just kind of, see where the puzzle fits.
Yeah.
At least going into Casa, they did show you everything. And Fiji, you don't have Peacock. So regardless, we can't see anything. They come into the room and they show you basically everything, or like whatever is like the last thing that you can see.
Okay.
Every single person that came into the villa watched everything before it.
I have one more question real quick. In the heart rate challenge, Rob's heart beat the most for Leah. What do you think about their relationship? Do you think Rob still has feelings for her?
I think she did an amazing job at the heart rate challenge though. And I think she did she did her big one.
Oh yeah.
Out of anyone, I'm glad that it was Leah that his heart like raced the fastest for.
Would you support them getting back together?
I shipped them before I got in there. I shipped them.
Okay.
So
Right.
I think they're very cute. Do I think anything would happen there? I think a lot has happened. And I do think she really likes Miguel, and I see their connection a lot stronger.
That's what people keep saying.
Her and Miguel's like personality goes very well. I feel like also Leah likes the security of like a man actually showing her that he likes her, versus like with Rob, it's kind of ifs and buts. And I think she would pick Miguel any day of the week.
All right. Well, Daniela, we
never know.
appreciate your time. Best of luck. Safe trip back to the States. We've enjoyed watching you. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. It
All
was a
right.
pleasure.
All right. Take care. Likewise.
Bye.
Pleasure's all ours.
Well, that was great, Daniela.
Yeah.
Daniela.
I think she's a little nervous. A little nerve.
I'd be nervous to watch back the season too.
I get why her and Rob didn't work. I think that was my big
Yes.
takeaway.
I could see why her and Aaron would work though. Better than her and Rob.
It was hard to, yeah. She thought Rob was hot. That much we got.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Anyway.
we appreciate you guys listening. Thank you, Daniela, as well as Franklin and Kevin Jonas. We will be back on Monday for an electric episode of Ask Nick. And as well, boy, we'll be talking the Love Island finale on Tuesday's episode of Reality Recap. We got some great episodes lined up coming down the pike. Can't wait for you all to listen. See you then. Bye. Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.